had to. Ah, okay. That's weird. Close that. I don't even know if anyone's watching. And if I turn that off, it still works. Okay, right. Bizarre. Now, I wonder if chat from YouTube comes up in here. Because I thought if I went to my channel on my phone, oh, it says live. Okay. On my phone. All right. But I got to mute you. Wow. Okay. So this is how this works. This is interesting. It's just me at the moment, and that's fine. Just a face with a little booming circle around me. But anyway, that was easier to work out than I thought. What is going to really challenge me is when someone else comes along to join in. But this is fun. This is fun. And it's actually a pretty easy looking layout. I might as well, while I'm here, banners. This is an example of a banner. Okay. Create a banner. This is a test run, so feel free to join, but lower your expectations on arrival. That's a banner. And then if I click on that, okay, that's how banners work. Comments. Live YouTube comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click it on to show it on the screen. Right, gotcha. Brand. Okay, what do we do with brand? We live with StreamYard. Okay. Powered by StreamYard. Yeah, that's there. I don't have a logo. Theme. Minimal. Oh, I quite like that. That's a bit chunky. That's cute. Brand color. So I could go like aqua. Oh, okay. I want to go back to where I was. Black. So everything is working except nobody seems to know that I'm live. Why don't I message a friend? If you get a second, can you see if I'm live on YouTube? It's quite possible that nobody who subs to me is even, pardon me, either awake or remotely interested in joining me. Actually, what I might do is, I'm assuming that's the link. If I copy that link and take it over to, oh no, wait. If I copy my YouTube link, and I'm going to go to my Facebook group and see if someone can pop over. Hey there, just a quick favor. I'm testing StreamYard on YouTube right now, and it appears no one can either see it or knows that I'm on. If anyone is around, please come to my YouTube channel. Let me know it's working. Thank you. All right. Here's the link. Let's go. Post. Right. I'll see if anyone from my group, my Facebook community, Child Free Chicks Confidential, I'll see if anyone comes over for that. So that's comments. Right, back to banners. Is the test run? I'm learning. And then there's also private chat. Okay, so when you've got guests on, you can actually send messages. I can't be bothered with that. You want to pay attention to who's watching. You don't want to have private chat on the side. Who could be bothered with that? That sounds very complicated. It does say live. Oh, it says that there's 3 people watching, so someone's come over. I'll keep an eye on my group and see if they just comment back there or not. So there are people here now. Oh my God! Hello there, CCC. How bizarre! I'm experimenting with StreamYard. Have you used that before, Jenny? Kelsey's lurking. Hey, gorgeous. But it's really weird because I decided, because I've been live for a while and I thought this isn't working. So I went over to my group, which is called Child Free Chicks Confidential, and it's known as CCC. And the first person who came in, CCC, but a different CCC. What's up with you, Groovers? Haven't seen either of you forever. So this is StreamYard, which means people can join me. I can do panels and stuff. How cool is that? And I noticed, and so I can do things like this. Look at that. I can highlight you, and I can actually, now I've forgotten how to do it. I can make your comment bigger, but I'll try with Kelsey. You've used OBS and Zoom. Yeah, I was starting to use OBS and Zoom. They were so complicated. This is really very simple, which I really like. I can't remember where in comments I worked out how to change the size and shape of them, but you can highlight a comment and leave it up on the screen. So like if we were having a chat and then someone had a little conversation starter, I could set it so that's sort of permanently on the screen. And yeah, you can invite people in. They give you I'm learning all of this while we're chatting. This is probably riveting. This is so much easier than OBS and Zoom, I've got to say, because basically I get a link and I can either email it to guests and then they just check their email and click on the link and then they come in and turn their gear on, and you can obviously have your camera on or off. Or I suppose I could post it in the chat too, but then I run the risk of everyone arriving. I guess I get to choose who comes in and who doesn't, but it's really easy. Like I remember with OBS, I spent like a good day working out how to use it, and then when I tried to go live with it, they changed the rules on YouTube, and you had to have over 600, over 1,000 people anyway. So I finally worked out how to use it, and then I couldn't anyway. Looking at the settings, I don't know what any of that means. Disable audio processing. I don't know what that's for. So can you groovers hear me okay? Might have got some feedback while you're my little test guinea pigs. I don't think anyone from my group's coming in. I'm going to mark that as an announcement, which is very obnoxious, but at least someone might spot it. Yeah, how does it sound? Yes, ma'am. You're so polite. Oh my God, I heard I haven't heard what happened, but I heard that Crazy Frazee Patrick Frazee back in court. Got any updates on that? What's going on with that? It sounds great. Oh, thank you, Kelsey. That's awesome. Lo-fi. I'm writing things down as we chat. Hey, Shanna! Oh my God, look at your spunky profile pic. You look like you're fresh off a catalogue for expensive clothing. Such a spunk. Lo-fi. I'll check that one out too. But this is very simple. I've got to say, I thought I would. Oh, Ali, you came over. You're a champ. So yeah, Ali, have a look in the chat above us. Colorado Crime Con, another CCC, but not our CCC. You're a gem for popping over and doing this for me. Thank you so much. I'm going to do some child-free chats, from time to time too. So I'll flog my channel a little bit more proactively when I'm doing it, but I really appreciate you. Oh, yeah, well, I can turn my camera on. Hang on, I'll do that for a sec. It's a bit... My camera makes... My new laptop's really lovely, but it makes... The other night I was green, and today I'm sort of a shade of brown. Hi. I kind of turned the camera off because I expected I would have been, when you're mucking around your computer and you're like, and I didn't think you needed to see those faces. When was Colorado Crime Con? When is it? Shanna, you're too kind. It's my Saturday afternoon. Can you tell where I've been from my hair? Not to the salon. I've got the worst. I think I've nearly got them all out. I had about 20 dreadlocks. When I was in Sydney for our meeting, I tried to do my hair a few different ways, and I just kept giving myself, not giving myself, but you could see my dreadlocks. So I ended up sort of doing like a really high go-go dancer sort of ponytail like this, one of those sort of ones. And then it was all flaring out. And then I just sort of shook my hair just to check, and this gigantic dreadlock just worked its way to the outside and was just shooting straight out the side. So I ended up doing it in a top knot. Okay, we can DM you. How do we do that? We have to become your friend, or is there... Yeah, that's what Shanna, I had the same thought. Facebook or the Twitters. So we'll find you on there as Colorado Crime Con. Colorado Crime Con. Look, well, the first thing that came up, the state of Colorado versus Chris Watts. Wow, never even saw that. Oh, no, liked. Wow, I'm still in a Chris Watts page. Interesting. I know how to find you with your real name, I'm assuming. We can do that. Hi, Harper Rye. Who's Chris Watts? Chris Watts, who opened our eyes to a whole brave new world of YouTube and Facebook groups, and we made great friends and weird people. That's who Christopher Watts is. I'm turning this off again for a second. I think I look really scruffy and unprofessional. I should have put my hair up. Yeah. I've got your new name, gorgeous. I'll send you a message. You'd remember her name too, Shanna, I would have thought. Stop cam. That's better. See, now I look groomed. At least I can go and get a hair elastic or something. You're very kind. I don't like cameras. I quite like the anonymity that this is offering me. I've gone live in all states of wrong, like after a big night out and after actually putting makeup on and trying to look nice and just going live without any makeup on. But it doesn't matter what I do. I'm not a fan of cameras. I never have been, which is ironic because the only problem with my profile pic I'm looking at, it looks like I've got a a visor on, like grey hues. It's actually a bohemian hat, big floppy hat, but it looks like either a little cartoon beanie or beret, or it looks like a little grey hues visor. Hi, Renee. Okay, right, Shanna, I'm going to get you to call in. This is fun. So, invite. Here we go. I've got a little linky thing. I'm going to send it to you in Messenger. Go there, Grooveroony. Only because I don't have any email or anything open. But I've sent you the link. Oh, this will be fun. See, I didn't know if I should be wearing headphones either. What are you knitting, Ali? So the video, you can sort of read my lips, Harper. That's interesting. Jenny, you're coming to Australia for winter here, so summer here. Good plan. Good plan. What I'm going to do, Harper, is I'm going to go and get a hair elastic because I just thought I looked a bit scruffy. And also, I've got my heating on, and it's there's a lot of afternoon sun coming in, and I'm getting super hot. So just chillax for a moment, chat amongst yourselves, and I'm just going to get my hair elastic and turn the heating off. I'm actually going to turn the open the door out onto my deck, and then hopefully Shanna will arrive. It's the accent. Do you want me to slow down? I talk very quickly. When I went to America as an exchange student, the most common complaint was I talk too loud. Fast. Knee-high socks. Groovy. That's really groovy, Ali. All right, I'll be right back. Give me 32 seconds. Knee-high socks. I hope they're going to be like rainbow colours, a multitude of colours. Okay, now I'm just going to turn my heating on down or off probably. We're going from winter into spring at the moment, and we're getting either still like really, really typical wintry days, or we're getting, when you can feel the seasons changing and it feels like summer's on its way. It's just gorgeous. Shanna banana. Right, I've got to work out how to do this. So, add to stream. I think your picture's it's sideways.
I don't know.
I can.
How do I flip my?
I have no idea. I think you need to upload another picture, but I don't know if you can do it. Do you want to jump out and try turning your face around?
Yes. I'll be back.
Okay. I don't know how to. Oh, you see, she knows what she's doing. Shanna can teach me. This is awesome. I mean, she's still incredibly beautiful, even sideways. But what was the other thing I was thinking? Oh, when I was chatting just then with Shanna coming through my speakers, did you guys get an echo in chat? Like, am I meant to wear? See, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to mute my laptop but still be able to hear Shanna. Who's technological and can help me with that? Oh, so you didn't hear, you didn't hear Shanna chatting or me chatting and then it kind of echoed, Harper? You've got such a cool name. Harper Rye. Like, truly. I mean, Harper has become an incredibly popular name, but Harper Rye, it's just like, I'm Harper Rye. Don't mess with me. It didn't sound weird. Okay, cool. Because I have got Bluetooth headphones, and I've also got a headphone jack on this new laptop, so I could always do little earbuds. But if it didn't sound weird, that's cool. That was really easy to get shown on. This is really exciting. I'm going to be able to have, like panels, and we can chat about heaps of things. And I've actually got a box of Japanese snacks here that I can unbox and, actually chat to people when I'm trying them. They can ask me what they're like and stuff. I find going live on my own so weird. You just feel like you're delivering a speech all the time. And I used to do breakfast radio, and I loved having a co-host. It's fun to have someone to bounce off. This is fun. So much fun. I'll change the message. I'll change it to you, Harper. It didn't sound weird, but somewhere in here, and I can't find it now, I found a little button somewhere that you can... I might be in brand. Here we go. Here, default. Look at that. See how you went big and now you went small? I kind of like the small understated, but I think this is pretty cool too. What do we like, Groovers? Minimal or default? Oh, and then it tells you that there's a new comment. So you jump. It is. You read books. Is that? I was going to ask you. Is that inspired by a book in particular? Do you actually? Do you narrate like audiobooks for people? Is that your job? Okay, Kelsey's voting the small one. Yeah, I like the minimal one too. I know I've got to find where I went. Brand. It's in the brand thing. The littler one. Yeah, I think that's kind of cute. But if it was really funny, you could go super large, and doesn't matter. Okay. The small one. Right. So we're going to go the small one. Groovy. You guys are being a massive help. You did it for your husband to start. Now it's a hobby. That's pretty awesome. I'd love to narrate audiobooks, although when I did radio, they taught us to always smile when you're recording, and people can hear you smile. Because I get very, very monotone, and that's probably my biggest concern, is that people would just fall asleep. Hi, Robbie. Do you want to come and say hello as well? Shona was here a minute ago and she's vanished. This is my I'm experimenting with StreamYard. It's so much fun. I don't have to just talk nonstop on my own anymore. This is a life changer. And I think you can have like quite a few people on too. I mean, if anyone else in chat wants to experiment, here's Shanna. She's back. I'll add her to the stream. Hey, gorgeous. Now you're upright.
Hi. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
beautiful. What are you doing?
I'm just, chilling. Mom life. Got the kids in bed. Just nothing much.
Oh, you've got them in bed. Well done.
I know. So
Good
what's up with you?
work. Well, I'm just experimenting with this StreamYard thing and just chatting about how it's sort of a beautiful day today, like that, when you've got a change of season coming. So we've had these really cold days, and then today it smells like spring. It's really nice. And there's a lot of cherry blossoms out, and the kookaburras were singing earlier and just went on and on and on. They just wouldn't shut up.
Oh.
Robbie, I asked Robbie to come on as well, but he said he's on a break. But he's excited too because he's going to be able to do panels. It's so much better like this.
I know. It's fun. It's interactive.
Yeah. So if we have like a topic, because I don't know if you remember, I got given an apron for my birthday with FUCK and then a million different. So I was like, I was going to say FOC. I can get away with that.
Yeah.
So to have like FOC millennials or FOC social media or FOC, and I want to actually use that as inspiration for topics
That's
and have
awesome.
people on.
There you go.
But it just having another voice has made such a difference. This is so
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
I'm going to highlight a Robbie comment now. I love interactive stuff. I bet you do, you dirty bastard. Have you had dinner? Is it past your dinner now?
I had leftover Chinese food.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how nice it is. I'll let you know tomorrow morning if it's still nice. But
apparently the reheating, it's all about making sure the rice is properly cooked.
I know. Yeah, mine tasted kind of like wood chips. I think I had too long in the microwave.
Was it chicken chow wood chip? Oh, a kookaburra is about to start.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Oh, he didn't
Mhm.
talk for very long. They usually end up sitting up on my railing on my deck, and they're so stupid. They fly into the window and then they land on my deck and just look like stunned mullets for about 20 minutes.
They land on your what?
My big veranda.
Oh goodness.
Interactive sexual stuff makes Robbie feel vulnerable. Really?
I can't read the chat.
Yeah, what you need to do, because I went live on Mel Mel's the other night because she's got StreamYard, and I was streaming. You have to stream StreamYard, you've got to be on a laptop, but I had my phone in a tripod because I'd been live on that right before I went on Mel's thing. So I was reading the chat on my phone.
Oh.
But see, that's a bummer because I'm in this the StreamYard studio, so I get to see the chat from YouTube in the StreamYard studio.
Oh, you've got one of those fancy StreamYard permissions that I don't have as a guest.
I think so. See you, Robbie. I love you too. Oh, my guest is Shanna Banana. She's a friend I made because we were both fascinated by the Chris Watts case. She's
Yeah.
another person who I collected as a gorgeous, precious friend because of Chris Watts. Just like you, Save Robbie.
Yes.
And pretty much most of the people in chat. I mean, there's been Ali's in here. She's cute. She's knitting knee-high socks while we're chatting.
That's
And
awesome.
then Kelsey was lurking, but she's commenting from time to time. And it's only a small crowd, but I like little audiences
I do
because you can
too.
actually chat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
we've known each
what
other for a year, Shanna, because Chris Watts is, that 1 year anniversary has just been and gone. So it's not long now. It'll be 1 year since we met.
yeah, it has been. What a wild ride it's been.
Oh, Save Robbie just said he was at the Watts house again the other day for Jamie.
Really?
Jamie who?
Who's Jamie?
Jaime.
Hmm.
Jamie Watts? No.
I don't,
Yeah, it was Jamie Watts, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, now I can hear an echo.
From me?
I don't know. It only happened once.
Huh.
I don't know who Jamie is, but he went there for Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So what are your plans this weekend, Tori?
Oh, maybe Jamie making lemonade, Jamie.
Oh. See, I don't know enough people on YouTube.
Well, the Watts case opened up. I'd never. YouTube to me was music videos, how-to videos, funny cat videos, live music, and that
Yeah,
was about it. I think I said
same
music at the
here.
start. Yeah, I didn't even know you could go live on YouTube.
I didn't either.
Ali's reporting back saying there's no echo. Oh, that's cool. So YouTube, yeah, and then I just started when we were in chats and stuff, watching different lives. I just started going to people's channels, and if they had some subscribers, I just subscribed, and I ended up following hundreds of channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jamie, if it's Jamie making Lemonade, she did a parody the other day of Mary Marlowe, who I've only just discovered, who's a Chris Watts channel.
Really? See, I've never heard of Mary Marlowe.
She's fun to watch because she's got some really out there theories and she's kind of kooky.
Okay.
Hi, Cheryl Berry. Cheryl's report back is, looks like it's working all good here. No echo, clear chat, and no lag on the stream either. This is really cool.
So what's going on with this Patrick Frazee situation?
I don't know. I asked Colorado CrimeCon before, but I think she might have gone, which is a bummer. Let's have a look. Let's Google it. Let's do like all the true crime channels and actually Google and read articles out and know nothing about it when we go live. Have you noticed how many people do that?
Yeah, let's whip out the Google Earth while we're at it.
You can be that. You can be Shanna Hughes.
There you go.
We learned how to pin Google Maps. All right, so from the Denver Post, the judge heard arguments on Patrick Frazee's request to suppress evidence in the murder case. Prosecutors asked the judge to compel Frazee to reveal possible alternative killer theory. So it looks like, oh no, that's an old photo from December back, in the Where's Wally, but it's the two-tone green outfit with the pink handcuffs.
Oh.
A Teller County judge said he will decide by next week whether to bar statements Patrick Frazee made to a social worker that Kelsey Bereth was abusive to their 1-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Okay, well, I mean, this is the first sentence in this article, right? And are juries like sequestered somewhere away from any media? Like, are they kept away from media?
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
I mean, I'm assuming there's no jury actually impaneled yet. So anyone in Colorado reading the Denver Post could be reading this, and the judge is deciding whether or not to bar those statements by next week. So any potential juror could have read that already.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to ask for change of venue.
It's really odd. That's really odd to me because the hearing is in Cripple Creek. And isn't that where all the other hearings have been as well? And it's that tiny little
tiny town
in Colorado. So in America, do they bring juries in from other states?
No, not typically.
No. So I find that really very strange that they've published a potential suppression order.
That's very strange.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact that the actual if it said he'll decide by next week whether to bar statements that Frazee, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I keep thinking of Omar Fra. Patrick Frazee. But they've actually added in there, that this is a statement he made to a social worker. Anyway, the social worker actually gave evidence today in Colorado, or 12 hours ago. I think this article's 12 hours old. And Frazee, who allegedly bludgeoned Bereth to death with a bat, has asked the judge to suppress statements he made to her. So he's requested it.
Right.
Oh, right. He wants it. Yeah, okay. So he wants it barred because that could support the theory that his motive was to kill her because of the allegations.
Exactly. And I read somewhere where they're going to try to pin it on someone else, being probably Crystal.
Yeah, well, it does actually say here, the prosecution doc, a bit further down in the article, I'm skipping through it a little bit, but if anyone wants to read the Denver Post article, it's the first link that came up in Google. It says the prosecution document doesn't name a specific person who Fraz intends to pin blame in the death of his fiancée, but obviously Crystal Jean Lee Kenny is his primary accuser.
Right.
I don't get it though. Like, you know, she's admitted that she helped clean up and get rid of evidence. Why didn't she come forward sooner? Why didn't she stop it happening? Remember all those? You know, she'd been asked by him to actually kill Kelsey several times, and she couldn't do it.
Right.
How can you try once, can't do it, and still not tell anyone that this is what's happening with this dude?
I agree with you. I think that's super sketch.
It's so bad. It's such an awful. I'd actually kind of forgotten about it, and now I'm reading about it again, and it's just awful.
It's horrible. I know.
Well, that was a cheery subject. I'm glad you got that one up.
More uplifting.
Let's see if anyone's got anything happy to. Oh, actually, Kelsey's. If he hears this, he will call your ass out. Gray Hughes, yeah, probably. Well, Gray Hughes isn't going to be watching me. We've got to. I want to put that on as my main comment on the on StreamYard. Are you looking at it on your phone too now, Shanna?
I'm looking at it, yes, on my phone, and I have my iPad that I'm trying to find the chat.
Oh, you haven't found that yet. But can you see on the screen? You can highlight comments.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I've chosen Kelsey at the moment, and I'll put here. I'll change another one, so you can change it over.
Very cool.
Well, yeah. How can she not? I mean, didn't she say? I'm pretty sure that she said he wrapped a jumper around Kelsey's head, then he beat her to death with a baseball bat, and then burnt her body at the ranch. I vaguely recall that was the story.
Yes.
What I don't understand is why don't people say this is not on? I'm not doing this. Like, she didn't say from memory anything about how she was in fear of her life or scared that he would kill her if she didn't do it. Do you?
No.
No. So, I mean, if somebody said I didn't say anything because I was in fear of my life, well, then you can go, okay, that makes sense. But it's very odd.
Yeah, I think she was just so infatuated with him. And,
which is wrong when you look at photos of him.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
I always said he looked like the dude, who is the guy from Idiocracy? Luke.
Oh, yeah, that's
Luke
right.
Wilson.
Yeah, he used to say look like an actor. That's right. I'm going to just Google up Luke Wilson.
Yes, he looks like Luke Wilson from Idiocracy, especially in the scene where he's walking in handcuffs. I just thought that was funny.
Luke Wilson is definitely better looking. Is he Owen Wilson's brother?
Yes, he is.
Right, okay. Well, he's better looking than Owen too.
Way better looking.
But I'm not into blonde dudes, so.
Me either. I hear ya. Same thing. Same here.
But to me, I think he looks like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber right before he puts his.
Oh yeah, he does.
Tongue on when they're standing in the bar in those tuxedo, the velvet suits with the ruffled shirts, and they've got the really bad position. We always do that when we go to a bar. We stand like they do with their bums sticking out, and the way that he sort of spins the glass around before he takes a swig out of it. Yeah, so especially the fringe.
We need to start. We need to shift gears and start laughing a little. Let's play a game. I will ask you some questions. Speaking of celebrities, what celebrity would you rate as a perfect 10?
Oh. Well, I'd say Chris Hemsworth, actually.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because he's a dude and he's funny. But I'm also strange. Like, I'd also say Ricky Gervais is a 10.
Oh, yeah.
because I think funny men are so sexy.
I'm the same way. I completely agree with you.
And I love that. I love also the stuff that Ricky Gervais does for, especially for animal liberation and protection of animals and so on. I find that incredibly awesome too. And he's also chosen not to put children on the planet. So from a child-free person's perspective, he's a bit of a hero in the child-free world as well, and his partner.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd put I mean, Chris Hemsworth obviously is very pretty to look at, but he's just a really nice dude, and he's a good actor. What
Oh,
about
yes.
you?
I really like this is so hard for me. There's like 2 or 3, but I think um uh, I'm like you, like I like the funny guy. I mean, I obviously have the biggest crush on Steve Carell.
Of
Um,
course,
just
yes,
because of
yeah,
his personality, and Michael
yeah.
Scott. I mean, there's nothing like, come on, there is no better character in the history of television than Michael Scott on The Office. There really isn't.
Well, I don't know. I'd say that perhaps the only other one that would come close would be David Brent from the English version that Ricky Gervais played,
Yeah, that's true.
the original The Office. But I think they're both geniuses. I think they're both very
They
funny
are.
dudes.
They are. I loved the cameo of the two,
I
like he was on. I loved that scene.
I've got the David Brent album that was. Have you watched the English version of The Office?
I have.
So Ricky Gervais recorded an album as David Brent, and the songs are really politically incorrect and inappropriate. And I've got that on my music machine. And if I'm playing, like if I've got a party or something and it's on shuffle, usually one of his songs comes on and everyone sort of raises their eyes like, oh, this dude isn't a very good singer. And then they
That's
listen to
awesome.
the lyrics and they're like, he can't sing about special needs children or whatever the topic is. It's so wrong. You need to listen to it.
I have to listen to it. So what is the
Oh, hello,
dumbest
Mel Mel. Mel Mel has joined the chat. Mel Mel, hello.
Hi Mel Mel.
Now, Shana, you probably don't know Mel Mel either, or have you watched some of Mel Mel's
I
stuff?
have watched Mel Mel. She's funny.
She is funny.
So
Mel Mel, I'm experimenting with StreamYard. I've been missing your ass too. I watched you last night, Mel Mel. I watched the replay with you and Robbie, and then Mem. Holy shit, that was funny as.
Tori,
Yes.
what is the dumbest way you've ever been injured? Like physically injured.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a good one. You go
I'm the
first.
I did the the stereotypical really stupid way to injure yourself. I stepped on the end of a rake and the handle flung up and clocked.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
What about you? I'm
So,
I'm amazed I'm not dead. Actually, I've survived. I've survived so many absolute corkers where I really
oh my
should not have walked
gosh.
away alive.
I
And
know, me
you're just
too.
left on the ground, just going, I can't believe I don't have a javelin sticking through my head right now.
I
I'm
know.
I'm that person, but I have clonked myself in the forehead with the handle of a rake. So what have you done?
Oh my gosh, what haven't I done? No, the one of the dumbest things that I did was I was in junior high school, and it was our physical education, our PE hour, and I hated PE when I was in junior high. I used to lie and say I was on my period so I didn't have to participate, but I guess I guess the PE teacher got like finally caught on to me when I started having my period 5 times in a month. But
And half of the rest of the class as well.
exactly. So I had to. She made me participate if I was wearing tennis shoes or not. So sometimes I would wear like dress shoes, to hoping just that I wouldn't have to participate if I was wearing dressy shoes. So one day I was, wearing my little slippers, and they wanted to do, or she was going to do like a relay race where we had to run. And I busted my butt so hard. They made me participate, and I went to run, and I fell and hit my butt so hard. I broke my tailbone, I think. Anyway, it was very dramatic.
Did you have to sit on one of those inflatable donut like ring things for? Because my mum got really drunk at a
Oh
black
my God, it was
tie
awful.
thing with my dad and broke her coccyx, and she had to sit on like a little inner
Yes.
tubey thing for
Yeah, it
months.
takes forever to heal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
Anyway,
Now, Mel Mel in chat has asked, Shanna, did you recently sub to her?
I think I did. Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe not super recently, but like maybe like a month or two.
Why do you ask Mel Mel? We should get Mel Mel up
Yeah.
on here too if she's around.
Sure.
Oh, hey, I want to keep playing this game because it's hilarious and you ask really good questions. But I got in the mail one of my subs. Her daughter makes scrunchies,
Ooh.
and we chatted ages ago on Instagram of all places, and she said I'd love to send you some scrunchies that my daughter makes, and she posted them on the 1st of August, and I had to stop at my post office and general store type thing on my way home from the airport last night, and it had arrived. So around this time tomorrow, I'm going to do an unboxing of her scrunchies.
Ooh. Well, I'm from Macon, Georgia, and I love a good scrunchie.
Well, I'm excited because I love Heathers is one of my favorite films, and they do the slow motion
Oh,
footage of
yeah.
them putting the red scrunchies in when they go to one of the many funerals.
Oh, yes. I remember that scene.
Okay, so Mel Mel says someone with the same name subbed to her, and she has dodgy people hanging around.
Huh.
The same
Well,
name,
you know,
Mel Mel, was it Shanna Banana or was it a Shanna? Because there's a Shanna B who
yeah.
I
Well,
used to say hi to all the time because I thought it was you in chat, Shanna, and this chick was like, I don't know you. You're
yeah.
being a bit friendly.
Well, Tanny, I don't know if you remember her, but she was telling me that there's someone out there like with my name, like I have a cloned account. I'm like, I'm really not that important.
Oh, really? You've got it. Yeah, well, of course I remember Tanny usually comes into either my lives or Mel Mel's lives. We see a fair bit of
Yeah.
Tanny. Did you hear that though, Mel Mel? Tanny reckons there's a clone of Shanna Banana. Because Mel Mel's just saying she wants to make sure it's the right Shanna, otherwise there's a fake Shanna account. But the genuine Shanna's reckons she subbed to you a couple of months ago, Mel Mel.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's hilarious. You've got a clone. You're famous.
I did not think that I was that important, but I'm flattered.
Oh, hang on. Mel Mel said the reason Tanny told you that, Shanna, is because Mel Mel just told Tanny.
Oh, well. Small world.
Right, yeah, because Tanny and obviously Tanny's an Aussie, so we all chat quite regularly. But you've got a clone. I think you've hit the big time when you've got a clone.
I know, right?
Mm,
And what is the imitation is the ultimate form of
flattery.
flattery? Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, you. Right, so back to your game. Are these questions you've got like on a sheet, or are they just off the top of your head?
I have several like conversation starter questions.
Cool.
So, if you were given a 1 minute ad slot during the Super Bowl that you couldn't sell, what would you fill it with?
I would fill it with, this is really obscure. I mean, I'm not going to go down the obvious road and do like funny cat film, videos or something like
Oh,
that.
right. Mm-hmm.
At the start of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, in the
Ooh, I
opening
love that.
credits, do you remember it turns into like hardcore South American music and it's all about this llama?
Yes. That's
I put
awesome.
I put something really random like that on, so people were just left going, what was that? Or, the prancer-size lady. I'd have her
Mm-hmm.
just appear and prancer-size across the screen for 30 seconds. Something really
Oh,
obscure that just left people going, what the hell was that? What would you put?
I don't know. Probably something like um because I feel like there's this macho man thing that is tied with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I would probably mock a little bit of that and like what a real guy is and have it be an emotional, available man and have him win the Super Bowl of, I don't know, being a man and what it really means, and not being afraid to show emotion and have it really be really, uncomfortable for people watching.
Well, hey, speaking of uncomfortable for people watching, we've got an ad, and I don't know if it's in America as well. Bonds is an Australian underwear brand.
Yeah.
Do you get Bonds in America?
Bonds like James Bond?
Yeah, James Bond with an S on the end, Bonds.
No, we have Fruit of the Loom and Hanes.
Yeah, we have that and Calvin Klein's, obviously. But there's a Bonds ad at the moment that's bragging that they've got, and they actually use these words in the ad, ball cooling technology.
Wow.
Yeah. And I
That's
find that the first time I heard it, I was just like, whoa, rewind. What was that? I mean, I couldn't rewind, but I'm like, did they just say ball cooling technology? So then I went online and yep, sure enough, it's ball cooling technology. I can't believe that. Imagine if they did girls' undies and went with, Fanula cooling technology or flaps cooling technology
yeah.
or
Yikes.
and in Australia, because we call a vagina or is a fanny, we'd have fanny
Fanny.
cooling technology.
Yeah.
I find that really insane. I just think that's
That is weird.
and there's another ad that we've got, which is a charity, and it's called the Pajama Foundation, and it's a charity for some kids' illness, I think, from memory. But they have this ad with these kids saying the Pajama Foundation, but it sounds like they're saying the Vagina Foundation. And every time I hear, I don't watch commercial TV anymore, but it comes on like as an ad break in usually like bad reality shows and stuff. But I'll be cooking dinner or something. I'm like, did those kids just say the Vagina Foundation? It's bizarre. Ali said, wouldn't it be easier just to stuff an ice pack in your undies? Well, clearly no, because somebody has spent time developing ball cooling technology. That blows my mind. Like, do you reckon they could spend their time working on the cure for breast cancer and maybe leave the ball
Exactly.
cooling technology for a while? It's such a bloody man's world. If we had a discussion about it, it's things like that that prove it's a man's world, that someone has invested a lot of time and money into developing undies that will keep a man's testicles cool. Could that money not have gone somewhere a little bit more important?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe to a man, that is the most important thing. I don't know. I just find it strange.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
So I'm going to buy my nephew a pair and ask him for a review
Hey, there you go.
in not too much detail.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Just, are your
So,
boys cool, dude? And he's like, of course they're cool. And I mean, they're like, chill, cold, chilled out, not cool, dude. And his name's Jock. So I'll get him some ball cooling technology jocks, because in Australia we call undies jocks, whereas
jocks.
you call jocks athletes.
That's true.
Good Scottish name. Hot balls equals lower sperm count, says Melmel. Oh, great. So this technology is also going to lead to more populating of an already overpopulated planet. My God, we could this one advert from Bonds could become a debate.
Yeah.
I don't think we should be encouraging that. I think we should be doing ball overheating underpants.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Ali just said that. New business idea. Well, instead of knitting your knee-high socks, Ali, I think you need to knit some jocks for some dudes to heat up their testicles. Great bowls of fire.
So, Tori, what is the weirdest Wikipedia rabbit hole you've stumbled down?
Oh, I haven't been down a yeah, I haven't been down a Wikipedia rabbit hole for a long time, but it would definitely be a true crime rabbit hole that probably
Yeah,
started off with me reading about someone and then finding an article down the bottom, and then that taking me to some really weird newspaper somewhere. Like I've done that. I love researching and I like going on those sort of rabbit holes,
right,
but it would have
right.
been inspired by a true crime story, most likely, I think. What about you?
I have this weird, and this is bizarre, but I feel, there's only a few of us here, so I can share this openly.
This is why I like small
I
crowds.
do too. I have this weird fascination where, like, if I'm watching a movie and I know that that actor has passed away, I
Yep.
want to Google and find a grave and see what their headstone looks like. I know that's creepy. But like
Wow.
even like John Candy, like I was like, I wonder what, I always watched, I loved his movies. I feel like there wasn't closure there. I didn't get to go to his funeral. I was too young.
And
So
also he died in the middle of his last movie as well.
exactly. And I was just curious and I never knew that he wasn't even buried in the ground. Like he's in one of those mausoleums.
Oh.
And I never knew that. So I get, but I get like that with a lot of, like if I'm watching a show and I see an actor that, oh, I wonder whatever happened to them, and I Google and I find out they've passed away, I'm like, oh, I wonder where they're buried, and I just start googling. I wonder how many times they were married, how tall were they, like it's crazy.
Well, my boss, who was down here a couple of weeks ago, he'd only been down here about 4 weeks prior to that visit, and we'd been to see some clients, and we had some time to kill driving back from a meeting somewhere to our next meeting. And he loves Tassie, and he loves me driving him around so he can, look at houses and stuff like that, or scenery, depending on where we are. But anyway, we had about 15, 20 minutes to kill. And the closest thing I could think that was quite interesting was the biggest cemetery in Hobart that you can drive
Wow,
into it, and around it.
that's
Anyway,
awesome.
and I thought it was hilarious. And as we went through the gates, he's like, "Are you showing me a cemetery?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And when he was here a couple of weeks ago, he reminded me of that. He's like, you took me on a tour of a cemetery the last time I was here. I was like, I wish we could have actually got out because I find them fascinating. I love we used to go into cemeteries and you'd try and find someone with the same name as you or the
Yeah.
same birthday, or
Mm-hmm.
or since I couldn't say date of death because who knows when that is. But they're such a like some of the little cemeteries here, especially ones on little tiny coastal country towns, it's amazing how many people buried in the cemetery, like drowned in shipwrecks.
Mm.
And you just don't think about it. But I mean, it's an island and there's a gazillion boats underwater, thousands probably,
Yeah.
around Tasmania. But yeah, you wander around a cemetery and it's all these little babies that have died of dysentery and things like that, or people that have
Wow.
drowned in a shipwreck.
Wow. Yeah,
Why am
that's
I a
fascinating.
vibrating circle, Mel? That's it. Hi, Shannon. How are you, gorgeous? One of my mods from my child free groups coming to say
Oh,
hello.
cool.
Hey,
Awesome.
gorgeous. Mel, the pulsing circle thing is whoever's talking. So, like, if Shanna says, "I'll stop talking," and Shanna can say something, and then she'll
Yeah.
have the pulsating halo. But
So, Tori, what emotion do you experience the most?
right now, not
You don't have to answer that.
not my usual emotion this year, with the advent of anxiety, debilitating anxiety in my life.
Yeah.
A very prolific emotion has been sorrow, sadness, but
Yeah.
usually excitement and silly. I know silliness isn't an emotion, but anything to do with sort of being excited and laughing and feeling like fun,
Right.
happy. That's the word, happy. Got there.
Right.
I'm using all these words and they're not actually emotions. I've lost the ability to put emotions into words because I use emojis all the time now to express my emotions.
Yeah.
What's your most prolific emotion, Shanna?
Probably, and I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer because I've had a lot of great things happen, but probably disappointment.
Oh,
Yeah, like just as of recently, just disappointment in, you have your faith in something and then it just doesn't end up the way you want it to be.
yeah, like your expectations aren't
Yeah,
being met.
yeah. And I'm pretty easy to please. I mean, you know how I am, Tori. I like to joke around and have fun and be silly and
Well, that's why I'm
but
surprised you've even chosen that word.
yeah, but lately it's just like, wow, like that one came out of left field, that kind of feeling.
Is it disappointment in sort of life things or people things or
I think people
generally?
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think people. I think that I'm learning more now at almost 40 about just people, like, because I don't have a lot of friends, so to speak. Like I have a close group of girlfriends that I've been friends with since, I don't know, elementary school, some of them. But it for me to like formulate a friendship with someone, I just realized that you kind of have to be careful on the interwebs.
Oh, definitely on the interwebs. I mean, I think the only way to survive on the interwebs is to have the lowest expectations of everyone you meet, and then
Yeah,
be open to being pleasantly
surprise.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Melmo wants to see our fancy heads. I can turn my camera on and scare
Oh,
you, Melmo.
girl, you don't want to
I
see
don't,
me.
I'm turning my cam up there. Hi. Hi, Mel. Shanna, it's the end of the day for Shanna. You don't want to show everyone how beautiful you are. Mel also says that you're adorns. I think she means adorbs. So
Adorns.
cute.
All
She's
right, I'll
saying you're
scare you
so
in.
cute.
I'll
She
scare
is
you in two
very
seconds.
cute.
Oh wait,
Are you
sorry.
in bed? Is that where your dog Blue sleeps? Hello. See, look at her,
Hi.
Melmo.
I'm
She's
not
a
wearing
cutie.
any
She's a little
makeup.
all-American girl.
I'm not
I
wearing
have
any
put my
makeup,
hair up,
so.
Ellie, because you don't need
And
to wear any.
this is
Stunning.
horrible. This is horrible lighting too.
No, you look beautiful. I don't
Aw.
think you could look bad if you tried.
Okay, that's more comfortable for me.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I quite like experimenting with it being off too, because I think I find the camera being on adds to my self-consciousness, and it's not that I have a problem with people seeing me, it's just I don't like seeing me, and you're looking at a computer screen to read to read all the chat and everything, and you're just conscious that your face, especially when you go live. If I go live on my phone, I read the chat on my phone as well. So it's like my head with chat scrolling
oh
over
yeah,
it. And so
yeah,
you're looking at yourself the whole time.
yeah.
You can kind of not look at yourself with this because it's kind of to
To
the
the
left and then
side.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
But I'm
that
still
better.
mindful of it. It's like,
Yeah. So if you could redo one day in your life, what would it be and why?
oh,
Is that too deep?
it's not too deep. It's just it's going to be hard for me to choose one. And I've got so many days of my life that if I could relive them again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
standout. Um, and it wouldn't be anything like I've got all these little moments rushing through my brain at the moment, but it wouldn't actually be anything that you would expect, like, some sort of winning an award or
Right.
probably. I mean, it'd be either just with a group of people that I haven't seen for a long time and having a really good time with them, or just a moment
Mm-hmm.
with I mean, there's so many to choose from, but I think probably, I mean, this is now an achievement, but one was definitely when I started stand up, I got invited to be on a show at the Adelaide Festival Theatre, which was a really it is the sort of most esteemed venue for, theatre and music and comedy and so on in Adelaide. And I'd only been doing stand-up for 6 months, and I was invited to be in this group of comedians doing this show. And Billy Connolly he wasn't in the show we were in, but he was in town at the time. And the biggest named Australian comedians were all in town at the time. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was blown away. And then I had to walk out on a stage and do stand-up to
Mm-hmm.
400 or 500 people, I think it was, a night for 3 weeks straight. So I remember the first time I walked out on that stage and just got chills, because it was something I'd always wanted to do. But then there's other things like last weekend I had beautiful friends of mine staying from Melbourne, and even just walking along the beach and back and chatting. And the first time we met, within 5-10 minutes of being introduced, the three of us went for a walk on the beach and became great mates.
Aw,
Nearly a decade later, they've come to stay with me, and the first thing we did was go for a walk. So it could be anything
that's
from.
awesome.
What
Yeah.
about you? Turning, I
I
feel
think
naked and exposed.
oh no, I think mine would be I was super close to my papa, my grandfather, and some of my fondest memories were just when I was little and he was teaching me how to play the piano. And he passed away like I was like 8 years old. So I wish I could go back and like relive that just to be around him. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could. With my grandparents, I'd love to have an hour with each of them,
Yeah.
because my grandma gave such good advice, and I've remembered a lot of it. But I'd love to sit on the bench with her and just say, I've remembered heaps of it, but I've forgotten heaps. Just tell me everything again in 1 hour.
Yeah.
But it's interesting too, when they sort of say, if you could, here's an empty bench, you can sit on it and choose one person from your life to sit next to you for an hour. Who would it be, and what would you talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Most people choose if they've lost a parent or a friend or somebody like that. And I would actually choose my mum. And people always go,
Right.
oh, that's lovely. You just sit there and hang out and have a lovely chat. And it's like, no, I want to have one more fight with her. I actually miss arguing with my mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to get a chance to just have a good old, not a horrible screaming match where one of us throws a tantrum and storms off after 3 minutes, and then 57 minutes of silence, and then there goes your hour. But just have a really good, you know, an argument, but actually resolve it. Not lose her and then go through
Yeah.
the rest of my life thinking, was I too stubborn? Was she too stubborn?
Mm.
Why didn't we just agree to disagree on stuff? I'd actually like to sit there and not spend the whole hour yelling at her, but just have a really a conversation of substance, I guess.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think that is awesome, and I understand that feeling. Hmm.
Mel just asked me, who's dragging a dead body?
Oh, does it sound weird?
I don't know. I mean, a car went up the road before. I wonder if that sort of sounded like someone dragging a dead body. And I was typing in chat. I don't know, maybe if it sounded like that. Colorado Crime Con totally passed out. Tori, you're awesome. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Shanna's awesome too. I'm
Oh,
loving I'm loving that people have actually come in and they're experimenting and helping me with my experiment. But this format I really like.
yeah.
Now, do you have another question?
If you were to start a company just from scratch, what would be its core values?
Wow. Um, I've got fairly firm views on that, but I've got to be careful what I say online at the moment.
Okay. I can ask a different question.
Watch this space. I might end up going into a consultancy road to do with workplaces and what I think will make them better. Let's just leave it at that.
Awesome.
What about
So,
you? What about you? I mean, you could say all the honesty and truth. That I mean,
yeah.
I definitely would have transparency in there, and I mean to the extreme, as in everybody knows what everyone else is getting paid kind of stuff. Because I think that,
Absolutely.
yeah. Did you ever read about that Vanity? I think it was Vanity Fair experiment where the women in the 60s pushed for that. So everyone had to wear little cardboard signs around their necks that had how much money they were
Yeah,
earning on it.
I have. Yeah.
Who was it? They were really famous women that did it.
There's a lot of them, yeah.
But they proved that it was actually, it made for a much healthier workplace, and it made people either become content because they were what they were getting paid. They were like, well, I'm comfortable staying at this rate of pay because that person over there who's earning 20,000 more than me is also doing 80-hour weeks, and I don't want to do that. So I'm content with the amount that I'm getting, and I live comfortably on it, and it means I don't have to kill myself to make that extra money. But then the person that was making the extra money would also inspire someone else in the company to go, I want to get that sort of pay, so I've got to be like that person. And it showed that it brought about a lot of workplace contentment and didn't cause a divide at all. Quite the opposite.
Yeah. So what
What
would
would
be
you
the
what would you have in your mission
um
statement?
probably I would want people to be free to be themselves.
Yep.
But yeah, you respect others and to not um talk down to others. Like okay, so if you have a position that is, I don't know, an executive position, don't throw your title around, don't get caught up in titles and who, like I think that I would probably eliminate titles. Everyone would just be staff member.
Yeah, and also I think taking that a step further, I've always worked really well in work environments where you take away offices and it's all open plan, and people have a trolley and a little laptop, and they basically choose which desk they want to work at for that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Well, the kookaburras are going off again. Can you hear them?
I can.
They're laughing at us, man. They think we're funny.
We are. Tori, what would be the title of your autobiography?
I've just changed Mel's thing. Started out sounding like someone's eating an apple. Mel said she'd have her pop next to her on the bench, I think.
Aw.
Ali said in her business, no one gets to shit on anyone. I like that.
Love that.
I think, to be honest, I would probably copy the Google module because I've read a lot about that, and I've got to go into a lot of workplaces in Australia with the job that I do that are sort of loosely based on Google module, and they basically create a workplace that you're busting to get to work because it's fun when you get there. And the productivity levels are so much higher, and things like bringing in casual Fridays and all of these great little ideas that have increased productivity. But I would also, there's an accounting firm in Tasmania where you basically decide the hours that you're going to work. And obviously you don't leave your office if you've got work that has to be done. But their
Right.
productivity levels, if someone's like, I want to pick up my children at 3 o'clock from school, they'll work really hard so they can leave and pick up their kids from school. And it's proving to be a really effective way of running a workspace as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so sorry. Now back to the other one. What was it? What would it be on my headstone? Did you say?
No,
Oh,
no. What would be the title of your autobiography?
right. Sorry. Tori, you're a dickhead. No, I wouldn't. I've actually I had a website for years, and it's a long story, but I ended up losing all the data and everything on it. And it was a comedy-based food website because I love cooking and feeding people and also doing comedy. I'm going to change it to Ali's comment about no one gets to shit on anyone. I like that. And the website was called, I've still got the domain and everything, but it was called Traces of Nuts. And I think that would probably be the
I
name of
love
my, I think that would be
it.
and I've got an email address that I use on Instagram. It's my profile, that's Yum Tours. And so many people not so many, but a couple of people who follow me on Instagram, when they see me, they actually call me Yum Tours. And that was my email address for that website. And the yum was obviously for food, it wasn't meant to be, I'm
Sexual.
Tori and I'm yummy. But it's also got a little bit of a Japanese vibe to it as
Yeah,
well.
it does.
But yeah, I think probably Traces of Nuts would be mine. What about you?
Wow.
The most
Probably
Australian
wow.
American I've ever met.
Oh my gosh.
Shanna, the most Australian American ever.
Aw. Yeah, I don't know.
You
Maybe
are
short
very
list bananas.
Australian.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
you
I'd have to
don't
think about
know.
that.
Well, we've got in Australia, but it doesn't work with your name because you're Shanna, because we say banana. But in Australia, we've got a trend of having landmarks that are big things. So, like, there's the big cherry, the big potato, the big ram, and there is the big banana.
Yeah.
So, hey, D90, Asian here, Tori. Why did you say Asian here? We were talking about Asian. Oh, me talking about Japan. I didn't know. D90, if you're Asian, which part of Asia are you from?
Yeah, Asia's a pretty massive area of land.
Huge continent. I mean, I love it. My acupuncturist, who's Chinese, and I adore her, and even my accounts manager of the company that I work for, who's also Chinese, they just say to me all the time, they're like, "You're more Asian than we are."
Yeah.
I'm responding so well to all the Asian and Eastern medicine and traditional Chinese medicine. And it's not just what they're giving me that I'm responding to, it's just their wisdom. And I actually said to my acupuncturist, like, we've got so much to learn. You guys are so smart. You've just got expressions that you can say one sentence and completely shift my way of thinking, or explain what I've just said to you in the last hour in one sentence. And Jenny said to me, she went, "We're not smarter than you. We've just been around a lot longer." She said, "We fucked up and made mistakes along the way to get to the point that we've now got these sentences that sum up what you're calling wisdom." But she said, "It's not that you guys are dumb. You're just a younger race. Younger. You just haven't been around as long as us." How smart's that?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Indonesia. Cool. I'd give anything to be in Ubud in Bali right now, I have to
Oh,
say.
yeah. That would be
D90,
nice.
can we make this happen? I want to be in Ubud. I've got a beautiful friend there at the moment, and that's my place that I want to just go to for now. Massages and fresh fruit and beautiful scenery and gorgeous people. I'm trying to think of some. I don't speak a lot of Indonesian. I remember, is it Selamat Pagi? Is that good afternoon? Good morning? Terra Makasi, is that thank you? Mel Mel got told she cooks like a nonna.
What's
By
that?
who?
What's a
A
nana?
nonna is like an Italian. So I think she's responding to me. Oh, I was talking about how my accounts manager and my acupuncturist think that I'm more Asian than them, which is why D90 said Asian. And then Mel Mel's saying she's been told she cooks like a nonna, which is Italian. So she's saying she's got Italian. So here's a question for you, Shanna. What do you do that's not typical of being American that people go, "You're very Swedish," or, well, you've got an interesting background. Shanna, your background is interesting.
Is it?
You are the whitest Mexican in the world.
I am, actually. Yes. My whole mom's side, my maternal side of the family is Hispanic.
I see, that's
And
hilarious.
yeah, so it's so funny, like no one ever believes me. I have to always show pictures of my mom, but my biological father, who I'm not close with and don't have a relationship with, but he was your typical Scandinavian blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
And but my mother is albino Mexican, Mel. My my mother is, no, she's like Mexican. Like her mother is from
That's
Like,
your sorry to interrupt.
no, you're
That's the name
fine.
of your autobiography, The Albino
Yes,
Mexican.
the albino Mexican. That's perfect. See, if I was much more creative, I could have that as my screen name instead of Shanna Banana.
Oh my God. Well, you can change it every 90 days.
That's true. I'm coming for you, albino Mexican.
I mean, I actually did think about when we all moved into the YouTube world with the Chris Watts thing. I thought about using Traces of Nuts because I've used it, at all Yum Tours because I've used both of those across different platforms. But I didn't choose Traces of Nuts because I thought, well, what if I want to actually contribute to something, and sound intelligent? That's my
Yeah,
name.
absolutely.
But oh my
Yeah,
God, you should become the albino Mexican. That's hilarious, Mel Mel. Mel Mel, did you
right?
want to come up on do you want me to send you the link too so we can see what it's like with 3 people?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh wow,
I
Ali's saying she's asking you, Shanna, Scandinavian from where? She's a Finnish transplant in Canada.
My biological father had Swedish roots.
Ah, see, I used to be able to speak a little bit of Swedish too, but it was really rude. It was I think the word for penis in Swedish is pakana, and it actually means earth nut. Where it says acorn. All
Oh
right,
my
Melmel's going to
gosh.
get her Mac. So cool because we'll get Melmel on as well. You're going to
That's
be
awesome.
stuck with two. Are we chewing up your time, albino Mexican, or are you happy to hang around for a little while?
You should feel very special because I'm normally not up this late. It's almost 10:30 where I live, and I'm usually like out at like 10. I'm such an old lady.
But this is the thing that's weird about YouTube because I looked at the clock before I here and I can't believe it's 3:20 because I'm sure I went live at 2-ish.
I
It
know.
just chews up so much time, but I get quite energized by doing this. It's fun. I mean, it's
Yeah,
no different to really just getting on the phone and chatting to a friend, but it's just that there's some more mates that are contributing as well.
I agree.
See, Ali, you're interesting because apparently Finnish is the hardest language on the planet.
They want to
Do
know who your friend is.
D90. So D90, this is Shanna Banana, who I met because we're both true crime junkies, and oh yeah, our names aren't showing up on the screen. I don't know how you make that happen.
I know. It was a minute ago, I thought.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has heads without any names. So that's something I'm going to have to learn as well, is how to, because I can see your name in the studio,
Mhm.
but oh, hang on, what if I try another layout?
Yeah, I think it's the layout cuz I think our names are in black.
Oh, okay. So I can go into brand and I can change the background. No, that just changes the color of the bar next to the comment that's on the screen.
Oh, yeah. There has to
Brand
be a way. Oh, Mel Mel needs
logo.
the link.
Okay, I shall send you the link, Mel Mel. Copy.
Save Robbie.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
we just like to have fun, Robbie. We want to laugh and be silly.
okay, I'm just getting Mel Mel up to send it. I know, is Robbie able to come on now too? That'd be hilarious. Let's have a
That would be.
foursome.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to find you actually, and for some reason Messenger's not letting me. Here we go. Coming hither now, Mel Mel. There's your link. Yeah, I don't know how to make our names. I'm looking here, logo, overlay, show display names, and display names are always hidden if you show a comment or a banner, right? So if I turn, I have to turn that banner thing off. So I've got to go back to comments, and you've got 15 minutes left of break downtown. So you can't come on for a foursome? And I'm going to have to change the layout anyway to make room for Mel Mel too. I don't know how to now get rid of the comment on the screen. Banners. Here we go. That's not it. I don't know. There must be some way you can take that away, but I can't tell how to do it. Actually, if I just unclick it, if I click hide, oh
There
no,
you go. No, there's our names.
Yeah. Cool. So back to Robbie. So Robbie's still on break, so he probably can't. You don't want to just pop in and say hi really quickly? Oh, cool. He can for a few minutes. Give you a little tour of the crazies. Okay, who's your mum? Add to stream. Say, hi, Mel Mel. Who's your mama?
Mel Mel.
That's not it. I don't know. There must be some way you can take that away, but I can't tell how to do it. Oh, now if I just unclick it, if I click hide, oh no, you have to mute us, Mel. Yeah. Cool. So Mel Robbie. So Robbie's still on break, so he probably can't. You don't want to just pop in and say hi really quickly? Mel, I think you need to mute us. I mean, yeah, you've got to mute something.
Yeah, click your audio.
I've unmuted her mic. She's muted herself, but we're hearing. Oh, she just gave us a high five. Hi, Karina Kay. How are you? Robbie, I'm just going to put the link straight into chat because I was going to have to email it to you, and it's way easier if you just grab it from in there. So Mel's plugging in heady things. She's pointing at us, Shanna. She's doing stuff.
Awesome. She's all high tech over there.
She is.
How you going?
Who's your mama?
Who's your mama?
Oh, you've taken it. You're the main screen now, Mel.
Wow.
This happens a lot, Tori.
Mel
No one
Mel's
wants to
world.
show their
We're just
faces
living in it.
anymore. Me in all my feral glory.
There's mine.
I bleached my hair. So, Shanna,
I
don't
look
judge.
grey. I look grey.
Yeah, you do.
My laptop, I've got to muck around with the settings of my camera, I think. Here's Robbie. Hey, say Robbie.
Wow.
Hello.
Robbie's taking us on a tour.
I have the camera reversed because I'm in my work uniform, so I don't want to give away my ID and all that stuff, fun stuff.
Fair enough. Although we'd like to see you in your uniform.
Mm-hmm.
We like men in uniform. Joey Shanna does.
Ooh,
Just
I do too.
Cover your logo, Robbie.
Are those Christmas lights? What's going on?
Yep. That's as fancy as it gets here.
It's like this bridge thingy.
Oh no, it's Mel's backdrop. I think Shanna's talking about the fairy lights.
Tori, I think you're giving it a little bit too much credit, calling it a backdrop.
That's a move on me.
Works for me.
It's more like a crap drop.
So, Robbie, are you walking around Denver? Is that where you are?
Yeah.
Wow.
I try to walk around on my breaks since I just sit, all day. But I was trying to find some funny, crazy people for you because earlier I had some birthday cake. It was birthday cake pretzels, and I didn't want the rest of them, and I handed them to this guy who was standing on the corner. And as soon as I handed them to him, he dropped them, and then he slapped himself in the face about 7 times. It was kind of sad, actually, but I mean, it was funny at the same time.
Maybe he was really excited.
I love that you're trying to find some crazies to show us. That's gold. Let's see what random people we can find.
Well, no, I mean, down here, it's got the homeless community is grown. Really sad, but usually you can find some pretty entertaining, either street performers or just people on drugs or something fun,
Well, This is my first tour of Let's Go Looking for Homeless People and Drug Addicts. I love it.
Well,
You're showing
usually
us
it's
the
not that
site.
hard to find.
Hey, can we interview people? Find a random person. I want to say hello from Western Australia.
And
well, you know what's
Tasmania.
funny?
And
You know
from
what's
the
funny?
albino Mexican.
So
Hey,
they had. Go ahead.
No, I can't hear Mel Mel. I can hear
Oh, you can't?
everyone but Mel Mel.
Huh.
That's strange.
But I can hear everyone else.
Mel's clear as a bell for me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
freaking loud. I am
She's
loud.
Weird.
It's a blessing, Shanna. It's a blessing.
Melmo just said it's a blessing you can't hear her, Shanna.
No.
I wonder now we've got to work this out. Why can't Shanna hear Mel?
It's weird. I can hear everyone else.
Have you got earbuds in?
I don't know.
No, and you can still hear everyone else, so that you should be able to hear Mel.
So, you guys, before I go.
Thank you.
I want Robbie to find us a homeless drug addict. We want to say hi.
Yes.
Well, before I go, I wanted to tell you there was like this anime. You know what anime is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the cartoon stuff. Well, there was like a convention down on the other end of the mall over here. So there was a bunch of people like walking around in anime costumes.
Oh, Comic-Con.
And there was, well, it wasn't Comic-Con, but it was something like that. And but it was strictly just for anime. And so there was a bunch of drag queens walking around, but there was a street, you know, those street pastors that like preach to everybody and scream at them. And they were screaming at every single one of the drag queens that walked by, and the drag queens would just like flip their hair and be like, whatever.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the drag queen.
Hell no. I've been slapped in the face by a drag queen before, and it hurts.
Well, it's better than being stabbed in the chest with one of their 10-inch stilettos.
Yeah.
I know. It hurts worse than my hamster biting me.
Is that little bitch still biting you, Robbie?
The little bitch is still biting me.
I know why, Robbie. It's because
I'm
you
tasty?
stuck stuff down your underpants to get your smell, and now whenever you put your smell near it, it just wants to bite you. It wants to nest on you, Robbie.
Oh,
you know?
So she like kind of craves me? Maybe?
Yeah.
That's kind of demented, but
you did it to yourself.
adorable at the same time.
Your scent has made her aggressive.
Just keep your hands out of your pants or wash your hands before you go to pat her or something. And she won't try and nest in it.
Hey, I just cleaned my lens. Has that made me look less grey-green? Or I still look khaki, don't I?
What? No. What do you mean?
Put a
Your
light
eyes?
on.
Your glasses?
You need one of those ring lights, Tori.
Oh, maybe that's what it is, because I'm just sitting in my living room without any, and it's not like I have the whole ring light studio thing going on. And how come you don't look grey?
Because I'm out the back.
Do we have a volunteer in chat that can transcribe everything that Mel's saying?
If you watch
Oh,
the
I
screen,
feel so bad.
Melmo's writing messages on her whiteboard for you, Shanna. Are you seeing that?
I am. I do good with visual boards, so I appreciate that.
Hey,
I don't know why you
guys.
can't hear her. Is it because everyone's unmuted and Robbie can hear Mel and.
Well,
so
I'm about to get off. I'm gonna make a pee run before I go jump back on the bus.
Well, I saw you
wanted
walking
to pop on
towards
and say
someone
hello.
before, Robbie, and you missed that opportunity. Was it someone you work with?
Oh, no. Those are just like random people or tourists or, something.
Right. Well, thank you for jumping on so we can see how
Yes.
it works with 4 people. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And you know what, Tori? I don't think I've ever spoke to you, like, with our voices or video. Have we?
No, this is our first conversation outside of emails.
It's romantic. It's really
It is very romantic. I don't know about these other 2 that are tagging along with us, but,
No, I'm so glad I can be a part of this.
Oh, I love you too, Mel. I love you, Mel. Why is is Mel Mel just doing like a mime thing now, or what's
I
going
was
on
just
with
trying
that?
to keep Shanna involved.
Okay,
Trying to
that's
keep
good.
Shanna involved.
Okay, well, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.
Love you,
Love
Robbie.
you, Robbie.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe when Robbie's gone, Shanna will be able to hear me.
I had the same thought. Now, Shanna,
I
Can you
still
hear me?
cannot hear Mel Mel. It's
All
so
right, hold
weird.
on.
oh, Mel's muted.
Uh-oh. Did she
No,
drop out?
she's going out and coming back in, I think.
Okay.
But I've got to put her back in the stream. Here we go.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay!
Weird.
So is it
The
possible?
technical genius.
I can see the little screen of you waiting for me to add you back to the stream, and you're just going, "You fucking add me back in, you bitch." I couldn't hear you, but I could just see your face going.
You know it. Jeez.
So I wonder if that's because we had 4 people.
Hey, Karina. I don't know. I think it does get a little bit testicle sometimes. Last night, I was on with Cece, and she kept turning robot voice, so it was really weird. But yeah,
Cece Peniston.
what? Crime and coffee.
But now I can't hear Shanna.
I feel like I should put my hair in a bun and wear glasses before I turn my video on.
Who said that the other day on my live, Tori?
I could take my hair out. Yeah, because who was the other person that was on that had glasses too? Was there 3 of us at one point?
Yeah.
And they said to be on your live, you have to have glasses. And was that you? Or am I confusing this with something else?
No, it was me. Someone said was it just you and I, or was there someone else?
Yeah,
No, Robbie. It was Robbie, wasn't it?
No, he wouldn't come on when I was on. No, it was the other dude, the one that took his shirt off.
I miss all the good stuff.
That guy,
Brandon. He didn't
random.
have glasses on.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. That's
I
why
didn't even notice.
No, because he took his shirt off. But
Well,
no, because somebody in your chat said you have to have glasses to be on your panel because all
Yeah.
3 of us had specs.
Yeah.
Shanna, you don't need to have glasses.
No.
Okay. Do
It's not a
y'all live
prerequisite.
close to each other? Mel Mel and Tori, do y'all live in the same city?
No,
If you own a plane, yeah.
we are probably one of the furthest points away from each other in Australia. So if you picture that I'm Shanna, if you picture that I'm in Florida, say Miami, say Jacksonville, right?
Right.
Mel's in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been to both those places.
Because Australia's big.
It's as big
Yeah, we're
as
huge.
North America. If you put a map of Australia over North America, they're as wide as each other.
That's crazy to me. That's so cool, though.
Hi,
It is,
Karina.
but it's weird because a lot of Americans say, in terms of traveling, they say, America's a really big country and you've got to travel a long way to get out of it. But Australians are one of when you look at like, say, Lonely Planet type things or TripAdvisor, Australians are one of the most prolific countries of travellers, and we're really far away. I mean, not only do we have to get out of a country the size of North America, but we've also got to go across massive oceans. Whereas you can jump on a plane and be in London in 5 hours from New York.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true.
It's the same sort of thing in Europe, though. You can be in,
we can go through 6 countries in a day almost.
Yeah.
That's true. So can I ask ignorant, like, American questions that Americans would ask Australians? And
no, we don't go to school on kangaroos.
No.
When I lived in America, I got some absolute rippers. One of them was, do you wear clothes in Australia? And I said, no. And when we got off the plane in LA, we all got arrested for indecent exposure.
But do y'all see kangaroos just like jumping around when you're driving?
Mel's got roos. Mel's got roos. If you should have a look on her channel, she's got a video of roos near her house.
See, Shanna, if you had recently subbed, which I don't think it is you, I think it's a fake account, and I can go
Yeah.
into depth with that. I can pass on a message to Tori. She can pass it on to you, because I think I know who's behind it.
Okay.
I just put a video up. I have kangaroos on my yard, on my front lawn, down the side of my house. But over the road the other day, the 2 juvenile males decided to play fight.
Oh my gosh.
And it looks like they're trying to kill each other, but there was no fluff. There was no fluff taken or blood or anything. So, but I've got a video. You can watch it.
And what about sharks? Because I heard y'all had some deadly ones around there.
Well, we've got white pointers, like great whites, the most deadly shark in the world. But statistically, no, like it's no different to anywhere else in the world. Like, yeah, I mean, we've got a shitload of surfers here, and it's 2 massive, well, a massive island and a smaller island surrounded by ocean. So, and we all live on pretty much along the coast or fairly close to the coast. Like the middle of Australia is desert. So, there's a shitload of us in the water a lot. So we do get eaten by sharks, but there's no more shark fatalities in Australia than there are in North America, for example, or South Africa has the highest rate of shark deaths each year. They've got the most, but yeah, it's not. We've got other critters here that are way more frequently spotted than sharks.
I've got a funny story about sharks, Shanna.
Okay.
I went crab scooping, right?
What's that?
And okay, well, do you guys have blue crab over there, don't you?
Oh yes, we do. You mean like crab, like putting a net out and getting the crabs?
No, I mean like it's a pole with like metal wire on the end in the shape of a hanging basket sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was in about, the water was up to my thigh, and I got stalked by a bull shark.
Oh my gosh.
That day I turned into Jesus and I walked on water.
I bet you did.
I walked on water. And on the way back to the shore, I nearly stepped on a freaking stingray.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
This thing stalked me though. It was about 10 meters away from me.
I think this is going to be potentially disgusting, just to interrupt. It's a strawberry lemon flavored cultured coconut cider.
That's
Is that out of one of your boxes? Did you pull that out of your box, Tori?
I did pull this out of my box, and
yeah, I thought so.
But I just think it was a bit too much. Like coconut on its own, love.
You got a lot of weird stuff in your box.
Do y'all have Outback Steakhouse there?
No,
that's an American thing, but you love it, don't you,
I love Outback. I love it.
We have what's called Outback Jack's Steakhouse here.
It's neat.
And we also have a place called Hog's Breath Cafe.
Ooh.
Have you got
that's like a steak place? But we don't go there anymore because A, we're poor, and B, I can cook it better myself here.
I've never been to Hog's Breath in my life, but I've been told they have a thing called curly fries.
Yes, they do, Tori.
Like a little piggy tail.
I like them a little bit.
Yeah.
I can tell. You nearly licked the screen.
So good. They are really good.
So Mel, you have the intel on who's behind my clone account.
Yes. How many subscribers do you have on your account?
I would have to check. I'm not sure.
Are we talking tens, hundreds?
No.
It's not 2, is it?
No, more than that.
Yeah. Well, then it's a clone account.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't say too much on here because
I understand.
You can
they
say
are freaking nuts.
But
they're freaking nuts.
I didn't think I was that important. Like, who wants to clone a sub?
Check this out. I'm using the private chat feature just to see how it works. Can you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, we can't. Don't go. Oh my God! It's so and so. This is interesting. But see, this is why, I mean, I don't understand the private chat thing because I think it's it's full on enough that you're dealing with 3 people on a screen. Plus, we want to keep up with our chat box with our subs and groovers that are hanging out with us, right? So why would you utilize this unless you wanted to be secretive behind the scenes?
I don't know, but I
That's
feel
true.
sneaky as fuck right now. Do you know who that is, Shanna?
I do not.
I'll fill her in.
Okay.
I can fill her in
Okay.
on
But
that
just
one.
a question:
Yeah.
is that person active on an account under that name?
No, not
Okay.
really.
It's a person of many troll accounts, rumour has it, around the YouTubes, but I'm not really familiar with this person or their work, and I don't think you would be either, Shanna. I think the name will mean absolutely nothing to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I actually heard.
See, now Ali's saying we look sneaky as fuck doing this. I agree. I think this is sneaky as fuck.
Mm.
But, sorry, Mel?
Don't worry, I'm typing it because I'm sneaky as fuck.
This has been a good experiment. I really like this. This is so much easier to use than OBS.
Yeah. Nothing to see here, people watching. Nothing to see here at all. We just got our own thing going on. We're being totally rude.
Stand
I
by.
feel so incognito right now. It's not even funny.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. Good heavens. The private chat, you could end up being in there chatting away and forget that you're actually live and there are people watching.
I know.
We're killing Ali. How are the knee-high socks going, Ali? Are you knitting at a rate of knots? I mean, the fact that there's people right now, so there's 3 of us, and Ali's chatting. Karina's probably knitting knee-high socks as well.
I got 2 devices going, so I don't know if that counts as another person.
Right, and so does Shanna, but that would be
so
sick.
I think we're all here. You should take out the test word in your title and people might come in if they think you're just testing it.
Shanna vermooshed. Shanna has vermooshed.
Ah.
Oh, she's back. I'll put her back in the...
I don't know what happened. Blonde moment.
This is cool, though. Like, I'm really excited about this because this actually means we've got the opportunity now to have, like, really good fun, do panels, pick subjects, have all chat involved. Like, I'm finding this chat's way easier to read than YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Mel?
Tori, I'm trying to be freaking sneaky. Just give me a minute.
We left that chat ages ago. Like, you keep chatting to yourself in there. But I think, like, the chat's easier to read than it is on YouTube. The way you fell out and came back in really quickly, Shanna, like with OBS.
Oh, it would take forever.
The only thing, I guess, is if you want to, the thing I haven't learned how to do, and I don't know if you can do this on this, Mel, is if, like, you want to, see, what does that share screen button do? But, like, if I say, hi, Keza. Oh, Keza's got strep throat. Oh, Keza Kettle.
Oh, no.
Lots of lemon and honey and ginger and even garlic drinks. Really good.
Just get drunk.
Everyone becomes a doctor when someone's sick, don't they? Yeah.
Shanna's was the best of just get drunk.
Just get drunk. Have a hot toddy.
Shanna, aren't you an RN?
No.
Right, okay.
Why?
Yeah, who told you it was an RN?
I thought Tanny said that. Tanny, she's got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, Tanny wrong.
No, in Tanny's defense, I do work in an industry with lots of RNs.
All right, okay, fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I probably shouldn't have said that.
It's okay.
Tori,
yeah.
Before you put me back in here again, you're going to get slapped. You're going to get a bitch slap when we get off here.
Why?
You know what you did.
I don't.
You freaking doxed me again.
What?
You said, all right, Mel.
I said Mel what?
I'm not saying it.
Just then, though, did I?
No, went before you put me back in when you were looking for my name on Facebook.
Did I read out your name?
I
Yeah?
didn't hear it.
I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, well, you didn't do it perfectly.
I didn't even know.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Tori.
Oh, my God.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I don't know how many
okay.
times Tori's doxed me on here. It's not even funny. Like, it is hilarious.
That's not doxing. That's just me being a bimbo.
Yeah, I know. You're a bimbo.
Doxing is actually like search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent.
My pencil broke.
So there's my defense, motherfucker.
Oh, don't you go pulling the lawyer card on me, bitch, all right?
I'm going to. That's Shanna blue. I made Shanna go blue and I can't change it.
It's
Oh.
okay.
And look at
She's
where
not blue on mine.
there's blue highlights. Can you see that, or is that? Oh, no, fix it.
We'll do.
I'm
It's
so
5
sorry,
o'clock somewhere, Keza.
That was luckily I don't have 83,000 people watching, so we've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's only 82.
Everyone here we can trust and we love.
I'm going to turn my fucking camera off. Bye.
Oh, fine.
You don't want me to be feral on here, do you?
Earl.
Oh, now we're all gone.
Well, we don't have an avatar.
No, I don't. I haven't figured that out yet, Tori. I'm not as technically savvy as you are. You got any more questions, Shanna?
What?
When I came in here, it wasn't that hard.
I was going to ask you if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I wouldn't live anywhere else but here.
Aw.
In Australia. Maybe not this exact place, because one day, if I ever win lotto, I would like to buy a property so I can have 10,000 guinea pigs. And, you know, I'd like to create Noah's Ark on my property.
Aw.
Because I like animals.
Kez is like, go back on, girls. It's not the same. Well, you're part of an experiment, Kez. This is the feedback we want. So you're not liking it when we're not on screen.
No one likes it when no one's on screen.
Yeah, but have you noticed how many YouTube channels that are using this platform or something similar? You don't see any faces ever.
Right.
I do. And, you know, the thing that I've found with a lot of people, sorry I cut you off. Oh, no, it was my own thing blinking, is that people who start doing it with no camera on are ending up having more anxieties every time about actually showing their faces when they're going live. So it's like, you know, they sort of turn the camera off for a couple of lives and then they find it really hard to go back on again.
And
so that's interesting.
I think it's really nice to say, I mean, gosh, Mel, you and I have to say this, are the first people, and I've probably seen one person since, who've gone live without makeup or our hair done, or, you know, we've just literally just turned on the camera, whatever we're doing. I mean, there was a live of me where I had a swim and I'm sitting on the beach and I didn't realize I had mascara still on from the night before with massive panda eyes. But I kind of think I mean, if you're going to go into people's lives and stuff, it's kind of so you feel like you're hanging out with friends, right? Or maybe they're talking about a topic you're interested in or whatever. But generally speaking, I think it's really nice to show your face and be like that. Like we watch so many movies and TV shows with makeup and wardrobe. I think the beauty of YouTube and similar platforms is you can see people being real.
That's true.
You know, it's a form of entertainment without all the glamour, which means to do well, you've got to have the content, right?
Yes.
Well, that's it. But the thing is that you watch these drama channels and you watch all of those channels with like Jeffree Star and all the fancy pants ones, and they always look freaking immaculate, and they're the ones that get all of the subscribers. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing because they probably don't even know any of their subscribers. They've got so many. But like with us, we pretty much know everyone. That's why when there's someone new who hasn't been around before, you're sort of like, all right, where'd you come from? Not every
You
time,
sound
but
like you're getting paranoid now.
well, I
Whereas
have
I,
been lately.
and I don't have a problem with that because I think a huge part of the appeal of YouTube for me is entertainment. So parts of entertainment come hand in hand with makeup and wardrobe. That's part of it. But I just think that it's quite nice too to have some channels where you can literally just feel like you're hanging out with some friends and it doesn't have to be all highly polished and glam.
I like that. Yeah.
Look, I'm feral. I'm as feral as you get. Now, Shanna, feral means like a wild, crazy animal.
Yeah.
But we
Shanna
call
knows what a
ourselves.
bogan is. I've trained her
Yeah,
well.
I'm part bogan, I guess.
I wasn't saying you were, but I was just saying she's familiar with that term.
No, I know. But I guess you could say there's a little bit in me.
We've all got a bit of bogan in us.
I just
Even Shanna.
Oh,
the
yes.
the only makeup I use is for Randy's and Dr. Mel's moustaches, to be honest.
I love it.
Mel, you're more glamorous than me. You've always got painted nails. Do you have painted nails, Shanna?
No.
No, that's because I'm a nail addict right now. I didn't grow my nails until last year. I was 42. I bit my nails constantly before then, and one day I just decided because I saw this nail video on Polygel. You might know what it is, Shanna, but it's not really well known in Australia. Polygel is a mixture between acrylic and gel, and it comes in a
Yeah.
tube
It
paste.
goes under the light, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
And because I couldn't find anywhere that would send it to Australia without buying expensive Australian product, I got, discouraged. So I was like, stuff it, I'm growing my nails. So I grew my nails. Since then, I now own about 30 nail polishers. I buy the $3 ones at the chemist, and I've got just about every colour.
Wow.
I've become an addict. But now, Shanna, I have Polygel. Wish sends it to Australia.
Wow.
Tomorrow, you wait till you see how blinged my nails are.
I will be beaming in anticipation.
You might get
on
blinded.
On the countries where would you live if you're not living where you are? What was your answer for that one, Shanna?
Australia.
Probably Australia.
She hasn't been here yet, so I reckon she'd live in New Zealand.
New Zealand. Probably New Zealand.
Yeah. New Zealand is a beautiful place.
Yeah, I've
See,
never
I'm
been, but
that question conflicts me because I've finally got to build a house for myself. So my house, if I could pick it up and move it to places around the world, that would be great. But I love being in Australia too, but it's incredibly expensive. And I think for a young country, we had an opportunity to be quite progressive, like, say, Denmark, and we aren't at all. And, you go to a city like Copenhagen and realise how backwards Australia is still. So I'd kind of like a combination of Australia with the sort of advancements of somewhere like Copenhagen, but also the philosophy of somewhere in Asia where, like the Japanese philosophy of ikigai, where life is very simple and you don't have lots of possessions. And
Western medicine is
Western
not good.
medicine,
I like the Eastern.
Eastern, absolutely, and which we do have here. I mean, my traditional Chinese doctor is my favorite of all of my doctors. I feel great even just chatting to her. She doesn't even have to do anything, but she does cupping and acupuncture and stuff. But yeah, so I kind of feel like for me, and also there's parts of the world I haven't been to yet or spent any time in yet, and I'd probably, there's probably somewhere out there I may not have discovered yet. But the other place right now, if I was told I had to leave Australia and choose somewhere to go right now, I'd go to Maui in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I love it there. It's beautiful.
It's so similar to where I live, except it's warmer.
I went to Honolulu and it was shit.
Yeah, you've got to get out of Honolulu.
Yeah.
That's terrible, Matt. You've got to get to the other islands. I mean, Kauai is gorgeous as well. Even the Big Island, which is called Hawaii, is beautiful, but Maui was just,
It's awesome.
felt very connected to Maui. But I've lived in Vietnam, and I'd quite happily move back there in a heartbeat too. Great country.
Yeah. I think stuff is just stuff. We all need it, unfortunately. But I'd be
kind
happy
of
to live a simpler life.
That's one of the reasons I love having a van, because I get in Gidget and hit the road and I've got everything I need in that van. And even better, I love it when I backpack and you travel the world with a little backpack and you survive. You come home 2 years later and you're still alive and you've sustained yourself with what you could carry.
I've never done stuff like that.
No, you did babies.
Well, yeah, I did something and then a baby came, so yeah.
Oh my God, Ellie's got 206 bottles of nail polish.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
I'll put the
I'm
video
really
back on
impressed.
because Keza thinks it's more personal seeing us all.
Next time
I'm
have better-
khaki. I'm khaki. Well, what Shanna would say khaki.
I am. And I'm in the dark right now, or I'd be on video, but I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, Shanna stayed up way past her bedtime.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being part of our experiment.
Yes, next time I'll be more lively. I didn't drink at all tonight. No wine, so I'm not as fun.
Oh, well, let's do that. Let's get you on next time when you're, bit under the weather. I've also got I've got some unboxings too. I've got a Japanese boxu. I've got home to so much mail. I've got a Bella box. I've got my last goodness me. I've unsubscribed. Not that I don't love it, but I've got to start saving some money. And then I've also got this really cute parcel that's come from Kim that I'm going to open tomorrow with the scrunchies in it.
Ooh, nice. I will definitely attend those.
I'm not going to do them all in one sitting. That's crazy. But I'm getting hungry. I feel like a Japanese snack.
A Tory-thon. You need a Tory-thon.
What did I call it? I call it Unboxing Palooza. But yeah, one of my subs, Mama, I don't know if she comes into your channel too, and I can't remember what her name is on the screen, but Kim, I can't say her name in full because I'm not sure what her screen name is, but her daughter makes scrunchies. So I know it says 4 cloth hair ties. So there's 4 scrunchies in here that her daughter makes. Like she's got a business.
Yeah.
How cool's that?
Yeah.
But
well, now she gets the shout out. Good night, Shanna.
Night, night.
Good night. Sweet dreams, gorgeous. And
You
we'll
too.
chat soon. Love you. How cute's Shanna?
She is. I love her accent.
She's gorgeous. She's just a typically beautiful blonde American gal, but she's so funny and she's so Australian in many ways. She's the best thing that came out of the Chris Watts case for me.
Ali, have a good night, Shanna. I'm off to make coffee and roll me some weed, but I'm still listening.
Ali's my kind of
Ali.
people. Ali, you're gorgeous. How's the knitting when you're wasted? In fact, things like knitting or housework even, or doing a puzzle, colouring in, anything like that, if you do it wasted, you just get so invested in it and focused.
Oh, yeah, you do.
So I've been told.
You might have some loose stitches, but,
Well, sweet dreams to little Shanna. Was putting her in the little private box thing, which is stupid because she's gone.
Yeah,
she can't see that.
She's gone.
But I really like this format, Mel. Thank you for discovering it and telling me about it and putting me on the other day, because I just like having the banter and I listened. Honestly, you and Mem, that was so much fun. But how cool that we can actually get on and chat about something that's happening around the world, something that's topical, and get people just to pop in out of chat if they want to. I think it's great.
Yeah. Yep. It's awesome.
And it works really well.
It's so easy too.
That's what I was going to say though. If you wanted to show a photo or something, how do you do that using this, or you can't? You've just got to literally hold it up.
I don't think it's that technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need normally I stream from OBS on my Mac to YouTube because
Jesus,
Bridget taught me how to do that.
Yeah, I learned how to do OBS, but I just found every time I went in there, it was almost like I had to reset everything. It used to give me the shits.
Yeah, but I do not know how to do anything on there. Like I watch Oni, and he just, he can put a video on, he can put photos up, and I'm like, how are you doing this?
He's really good at it, and he's taught
Yeah.
heaps of YouTubers how to do it, because when I first discovered the world of YouTube, so many of the creators
Yeah.
would get like tutorials from Oni. That's how they learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Really,
Well,
he's technologically advanced.
he's tech savvy. I
He's
watch
so
a lot of
tech-savvy.
YouTube videos. Like that's how I learnt. Ugh.
I know, it's got like, it's all.
It's like it's got a fucking egg down the bottom of it.
It did say it was cultured and it's prebiotic, so it's got.
Oh, that's what it is.
I'm just going to stir it with a knife because I happen to have one right here.
Of course you do.
Well, that was in case if nobody came on, I was just going to do an unboxing on my own for the hell of it.
Ah, have you unboxed yet?
No, I haven't done any, but I'll have to save it. I mean, I don't think we even got to 10 figures today, which is fine. I like the smaller crowd, but I think it'd be a bit tragic if I sat here and did an unboxing on my own.
Well, you're not alone, just saying. But anyway.
What, some people do unboxings on their own?
I'm here. You're not alone.
All right, well, we can do an unboxing, just the two of us.
Who's it? Yeah, well, nah, save it.
We'll save it because how long have I been crapping on for? That's the other thing. I can't see on here. It doesn't say how long we've been crapping on for. Oh, yes, it does. 2 hours.
2 hours. 2
But
hours.
considering that you joining in, Shanna, Robbie, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we've had really, like, Ali's been with us for the long haul.
You're a stayer, Ali.
Yeah, although she's probably not now that she's making coffee and having a spliff.
Yeah, well.
She did say she's still listening. Karina's
power.
gone, I think. I think
Kez is
everyone.
probably still here.
She could be.
All right, who's here? Wait, Tori.
Yeah.
I've got 2 devices going. You've got 2 devices going. Maybe it's just us.
Well, you could be right, Mel, because it says 4 on YouTube as well.
Hello,
But Ali
Dr.
said she's still listening.
Yeah. We don't want her to start typing while she's. Oh, see, Kez is still here. I told you she would be.
I can't see anything from Keza. Oh, she is. See, so I think because I'm casting. I don't know. I was trying to work out.
So Keza, this is basically Patreon group. You're getting a free show right now, okay?
I mean, I'm hungry. I'd love to open the Japanese box, but the boxu is a fun one to do.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves it, especially when I sit and eat it all and go green. And it's my last goodness me, so I want to do a standalone for that because I'm not unsubscribing because I don't love them. I'm just unsubscribing because I realize I'm spending $140 a month on subscription boxes. It's like I don't need them all.
I'm totally jealous of your subscription boxes. I love getting packages.
Me too.
I hardly ever get packages, but now I've found Wish where you can buy stuff for $2. I'm like getting all the packages.
Yeah, totally.
All nail stuff.
Oh, shot. How much for Patterson?
Patreon, she meant.
Oh,
no, I was only joking because there's no Patreon.
Free. Our Patreon is free, but exclusive.
Yeah.
For 4 of us. So it's basically the 4 of us. It's Keza, Ali, you, and me, Mel.
Yep.
Yeah, I love getting parcels too, but I'm still subscribed to Retreat Yourself, which is the quarterly one, and I did that mystery box I got from them a couple of weeks ago, which is nowhere near as good as their quarterly boxes. But I got an email the other day saying their next one is on its way. And I'm still getting the little Bella box every month, a little makeup-y one.
Did you ever hear from David again? Was it David? Who was it that sent you the free stuff?
No, but I'm going to do the Active Layer Challenge this week because I've got a conference. I'm presenting at a conference next Saturday. So I feel like I've got to do my first little video for that today. Because he
Oh,
sent me 2 boxes of active layers. So yeah, I'll do actually you're talking about the eye patch dude.
yeah. What was
Yeah.
his name?
David.
Oh, it was. I remembered something. Wow.
No, I didn't dox him though. I can't believe I did that, Mel. I didn't even realise.
I don't even. I was just, I'm used to it, Tori. Don't worry about it.
There was no malicious intent.
Tab 7 did it to me once too.
Because if you're looking for something, what happened was because I was looking for you to send you the thing. So if I was like, when I'm at work on my computer or whatever, like I'll go here now and I'll go Google Earth. I actually speak it while I type it in. Don't you do that?
Nah.
Fucking idiot, man.
Must be your intelligence. I don't have that.
I have a complete lack of, clearly, because I have to speak out loud to make things happen. So what have you got? It is nice and intimate, Ali. She didn't realise it either. I've got no other doxing. See, no one knew. No one paid attention.
You'd never figure out how to spell it anyway, so don't worry.
Now, what are you doing for the weekend? Are you going to do any lives?
I went live last night, an impromptu live, and that was pretty funny. Late.
Oh, like when I would have been asleep late.
Oh yeah, you would have been snoring your box off.
My
I can't
box
even remember. Yeah, sure it doesn't. I can't even remember who came on.
Oh, you had a panel. What did you do?
I'll have to watch it back. You know what's really funny? It's not. Well, it is. It's funny, but it's not. Whenever I'm in character and I go live, I don't remember what I've said until I watch it back. When I'm in character, I will watch my. Usually they're not too long because it's really hard to stay in character for that long. Like it actually leaves you physically drained, mentally drained. And I will watch it back and I'll go, no, did I say that? And sometimes I'm on the floor laughing because I'm like, what? I don't even remember half the stuff that I've said. It is so weird.
Just because you're Sybil and they're just other personalities, you're just giving them their moment in the sun, so you're oblivious.
Yes, it's like I disassociate.
And you remember your lines. You're just giving your other personalities an opportunity to shine.
Yeah, well, they must be private because I have no idea what they're talking about. I just thought that was really interesting because, I mean, yeah, I get the gist of what I've been talking about, but I'll watch it back and I'll be like, no, did I say that?
That's kind of cool, though, and it's cool that you crack yourself up too, because I mean, if I look back at a stand-up comedy routine of mine, I just critique it and pull it apart. I don't.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm not going to laugh because I've heard my jokes before either. Whereas your characters, it's stuff that's just coming out that you're saying. Whereas I know what my was. I mean, I do ad lib a lot on stage, but
well, that's the thing. Depending on how many, sometimes it might take a few takes, and when I'm editing, I have to rewatch the stuff over and over again, sort of thing. So if I laugh when I post the video and watch it, I know it's pretty good because I've already watched it like 10,000 times. Yeah. That's how I judge if something's good or not. Yeah. If I can still laugh at it, then
but you're not good at all the editing stuff. I don't have those skills at all. I got bloody excited when I uploaded that video of the 3 echidnas over the road and managed to work out how to put music under it. I was excited that I was able to do that. But in terms of cropping and all that sort of stuff, no idea. Or inserting things or anything like that, no. Hopeless.
iMovie is honestly the easiest one to use. Is
that an app?
Yes, and using it,
though, isn't it? If it's iMovie.
Yeah, it must be. Well, I've got it on my MacBook and I've got it on my iPad. It's really simpler on my iPad, but on the Mac, I can put a lot more stuff into it. And I've been slowly learning since I've had it. So I've had it for a couple of months now. And yeah, I'm still learning things. So
Yeah, but see, I'm not an Apple girl, so they're saying that there's a thing called Movavi, Movavi, which is the Android version of iMovie for
yeah, see,
PC.
I have a Samsung. I've always had a Samsung. I've always been Android. But
Yeah.
I've got an iPad and I've got the MacBook now, so I guess I'm both.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
This thing's
Movavi.
6 years old, so I can't put anything on there. I'm lucky if I can send a freaking text off this bitch because honestly, it shuts down all the time. I need to upgrade.
Well, it's still working though, isn't it?
I only just took the protective screen off it last year. It was on there for 5 years. I look after my fancy stuff.
I took a heap of photos on a phone of mine probably a decade ago, and they were shocking, and I was really disappointed because Android cameras are always so good.
Yeah.
Well, these days they are, but even back then the technology with the cameras in phones was pretty snazzy, and I was really pissed off. But I also have the protective film over the lens.
Oh.
I didn't realise. So I've been bitching and complaining about this friggin' phone and how shitty the camera was for months.
You dickhead.
Well, it was my first phone with a protective film on it. Before that, you didn't get protective films.
Do you remember the old Nokia flip phones?
The flip ones?
The little pink. I had a little pink Nokia flip. No, was it Nokia? I think it was Nokia.
I never had a Nokia flip, but I had lots of Nokias. I had a pink one. It was tiny. It was only this big. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, mine was a flip one, and that thing went into the toilet and everything, and it survived.
Yeah,
But
my
it
Nokia.
survived
I
for
had a
years.
Nokia. I used to stick them like that when I was doing the dishes, and I had two that shot into the sink in all the sudden water, and I'd just pull the Nokia apart in millions of pieces and put it along my windowsill, and 3 days later, stick it back together, and off it went. Brilliant.
They don't
Whereas
make stuff like
phones now, they just go, water, and then they die.
Yeah. Well, this one's never been dumped in water yet, but it's like because we own these, we've paid them off or whatever. It's only like $35 a month or something with Telstra or whatever. So if we both go and get new phones now, which we both need them, that's like $120 each per month for a phone. And I'm like, I've been putting it off and putting it off. It's not on top of my, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, fully understand that.
I don't like answering the bastard anyway. I only text on it, so.
No, it's a bitch because I actually pay for an insurance policy on my phone so that if it carks it or I need to upgrade, it doesn't cost me a cent.
Yeah.
But I'm on an income that even without that insurance, I mean, I wouldn't want to spend that much money on a new phone. But it sucks. It's like when you're in a position where you've got a little bit of extra breathing room financially, you can afford, for example, the insurance. That means you don't pay for your phones. But it's not fair. That's the thing, it should be, I reckon, means tested or something like that. Because I just find it, I mean, and I'm not on an amazing salary, but I'm not on a shitty one either. But it just, like I get a new phone. I get a text message from Telstra saying you can upgrade now and you stay on the same plan, which is $90 a month.
The fuck was that?
I'm getting a thing too from my computer saying, Jesus Christ, you've been on. So did you realise your camera's been on? I'm like, yeah. I don't blame you, Ali. In a way, I wish I'd stuck to my little Nokia. Because people have forgotten that there was a period of time when mobile phones started out so big and then they just got smaller and smaller. And I loved my little pink and red Nokia. It was the cutest. It was tiny. But it did everything I needed it to. But then because I travel so much, it amazes me that these are, essentially computers. And
they are. And that's why they cost so much. The guy in Telstra the other day, I was talking to him about upgrading. Ended up talking about YouTube.
Yeah. That's how we have to show things on the screen, is to do this.
Yeah. So I ended up talking to this guy for about 40 minutes because he wanted to know about YouTube. And I gave him the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
And yeah, it's like he said, they're computers for a lot of people. And like,
Yeah.
I sort of feel like, maybe I should have bought a phone instead of the MacBook. But then again, it's probably I need both. Like I want the phone because then I can go out
Yeah.
and record stuff, and that'll be really good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I,
it'll happen. It'll happen. I'm not in a rush.
I've got a laptop because I took out insurance on my last laptop and they covered it, and I've got a brand new laptop. But if my insurer hadn't covered replacing my previous laptop, which carked it big time,
Yeah.
I probably would have survived without one. But then
Yeah.
YouTube came along, and I'm really glad because I get sick of tapping away on a phone all day. I
Yeah.
love it when I get onto a computer with a keyboard. It's like I don't. You know how bad I am with typos in chat bubbles and stuff. You can actually tell whether I'm on my phone or on my laptop by how many typos there are. If there's no typos, I'm on my laptop.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
Because
see,
I
on
get
my Mac,
work. I've got a fucking iPhone for work. I'm on a phone all day, and then I get home and people are texting me and shit, and it's like, oh, I just want to. There used to be a website years and years ago for Nokia that you linked up your phone and you basically could type text messages on your laptop. There's got to be something similar
it'd have to
now.
be these
Yeah,
days.
I think so. Someone's hockey training for one. Hello. Nokia rocks and dried out.
Hockey, hockey dropped theirs in the loo too. Right on.
How are you, hockey for one? Hockey training for one? I haven't heard of you before.
Welcome to Australia.
Yeah, we're the Aussies with the biggest YouTube channel in Australia with 4 subs.
Yeah.
Here, mate. Please like and subscribe. Get us up to
Yeah.
5.
Yep.
And mate, I heard you say on the live of yours that I say I've got the smallest channel. My channel is way smaller than yours.
That's only because some dickhead bought my channel subs.
But it's you'd gone past me. You'd gone past me genuinely and legitimately without the dickhead who bought you subs. No, I've done fuck all. I have done absolutely nothing. Oh wait, you have. It's MMG.
What?
MMG.
What are you talking about?
Hockey training for one has seen me before. I have seen hockey training for one before. It's MMG. Molly go lightly. Who's MMG? MMG.
Cynthia. Who's Cynthia?
Huh? Oh, hi, Cynthia. She's from my child free group.
Oh,
She's a long-standing member of Child Free Chicks Confidential. I'm trying to work out who MMG is. I know if hockey training for one types it out will be like, oh, it's you. How are you, Cynthia? What have you been up to? Is anyone misbehaving over in Child Free Chicks? So I need to go and sort some peeps out. Yeah, there's a few people that will come into my chat, Mel, that you won't know because they've come from my Facebook group. I haven't really flogged my YouTube channel in there yet, but one of my mods is Stephanie Brown. Everyone, when they see her, they think it's
I know Stephanie.
But they think it's YouTube Stephanie Brown, but it's not. It's completely different Stephanie Brown who lives in South Korea.
Yes, I know that.
But that cracks me up because you see people back in the day when I used to have, 18 people in my chat, there'd be people that were enemies of hers or whatever, the other Stephanie Brown, and they'd all be going, not that they said anything, but I could tell it was like, they don't speak, they are feuding.
Chocolate
oh my
teapot.
God, it's Mary May.
It's what?
She's a friend. She's Chocolate Teapot Cabaret. She's a fucking incredibly talented friend of mine. And we did a comedy show at the Adelaide Fringe years ago called the Chocolate Teapot Cabaret. And it was terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was funny. But my mum died like 3 weeks before, and we did a 3-week season. She's a really old friend of mine.
Oh.
Now I see what MMG. Now I know exactly who MMG is. I thought when you wrote that, I was thinking, and I can't see your little face. I should have highlighted your. See, if I'd highlighted you and then put you on bigger thing, I'll show you what I can do.
Yeah, I thought it was a dude because the picture's so small, and I saw hockey.
It's a gorgeous girl, and she's got a little hockey stick and hockey ball, but she's got a beanie on. And she's
Yeah,
got
I'm
married.
on her page right now. You got to watch out for this one, Tori. She's holding a hockey stick, and she looks like she knows how to use it.
She's hilarious. I could just see her in here, MMG. Yay. We're experimenting. I'm experimenting. This is Mel Mel, who lives in WA.
Feral. Excuse.
And we're just experimenting. I know there haven't been any flounces, Cynthia. You need to upset somebody.
Yeah, she looks really upset about that.
Our flounces are hilarious.
You want me to go in and troll?
But yeah, so I can change the size. I'll take you off there, Mary May. You don't need to be hockey training for one. Well, there you go. So if I'd gone onto my phone and then gone onto the YouTube channel, I would have worked it out straight away. But
Robbie's back.
Now
Yes,
that I'm
he's
looking
back.
at it, I can definitely tell that it's her. But
Back again.
we're just experimenting with a new live platform, MMG. Hi, Save Robbie.
He's back.
Still crapping on.
Yeah, well, now we got 6. Now we got 6 people. It's a party now.
Hey, we got up to 9 at one point.
Why is there still only 3 likes? Come on, guys. Press the like button, please.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
And hit her bell. She loves it.
Yeah, ring my bell. I'm not even subscribed. Are you subscribed to your own channel?
No? Can you do that?
I tried. No, it won't let me.
We love you too, Robbie.
I can report myself.
Robbie.
Oh, you're cute, MMG. We love you, Save Robbie. Save Robbie came on earlier, MMG. You need to come on sometime. I mean, we were just starting to wrap up, but I'd love to do a live with you, Mary May. Get a hold of Head Vozzy. You'll fucking love her. You think we're funny, Mel Mel. This chick is hilarious.
I didn't say I thought I was funny.
No, well, I don't think. I think you're funny, and you told me you think I'm funny, but Mary May is actually funny.
Oh, great. So she's going to take over on the tubes now. We're going to be left behind.
She's the most talented singer.
Really?
Oh, we're not allowed. We'll get YouTube strikes if we play music, won't we?
Yes.
Right.
Even if you sing it too closely to the original song, you'll get a strike.
Jesus. Because Mary May, she sings like a fucking demon and plays the guitar like a demon. She's amazing.
That's how you play the guitar?
A little tiny one. So yeah, if she came,
playing the guitar.
she will out-talent us by a gazillion miles.
Oh, well, don't get her up then. Jesus.
I'm
struggling as it is.
Mel does MMG. Mel does hilarious characters, and they're all interwoven. They're sort of all these different characters that are part of a story, and they're all complete nutters. Where's the damn like button? So Cynthia, are you on your phone? Because you have to drop out of chat. So you hit the little X button, so chat's no longer visible, and you'll see a thumbs up, a thumbs down, live chat, share, and report, and you just click the like button.
There's 5 now. There's 5.
Hit the likes, you motherfuckers. This says Robbie. Did that censor you, Robbie, or is that how you wrote it?
That's how he wrote it, probably.
MMG now plays the hockey stick. See, I was playing the hockey stick.
Ah.
Have you worked it out, Cynthia? MMG, you're being way too kind. When we actually do something rehearsed, or not rehearsed, but when we actually have a topic. But this has been fun. It's been a good experiment. I really like this platform. It's fun.
I'm going to go do my nails now.
Yeah, which sparkly colour are you doing?
I don't know. Did you see them?
You said they were super, super sparkly, like disco balls in a jar.
They're right here. I'm going to show you.
I've got a feeling I heard some of your live that you must have done last night this morning. Because I think I finished listening to you and Mem, and then it kicked into your next video. Wow. That's kind of pinky.
My hand can't figure out where to move it because of the screen.
No, it's working, but I know you've got to I know it makes you feel like a dick, hey. So
that's
a pinky one?
Yeah, that's a pinky one. And then
Robbie censored his motherfucking self.
Good boy, Robbie. She
No need
can't
to
stand
test it
me.
around here.
And then there's this one, which is
I
actually
saw
like blow your
Oh,
face off
really?
shiny.
Do that one. Or have you decided?
I'm going to do both.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to go fancy pants.
What are
So,
you going to do? Like alternate colours or do one hand of each? Or
no, I'm going to do them all different, a bit different.
did they come
So,
from Wish?
yes,
Oh, they could be like really toxic and deadly.
I don't care.
I get
Take it.
sent the most pervy shit from Wish, honestly. You know, we're talking about Facebook algorithms and stuff, like the stuff I get from Wish. But my favourite thing, and I haven't ordered it, and actually I might go because I've got a little bit of money to spend this pay period. My favourite thing I've seen on Wish, because you know how they send you'll get like recommendations of products. So after a while with Wish, now that you've done nails, you're going to get heaps of nail stuff all the time. The algorithm will just keep sending you ads for any new nail things.
Yep.
But the thing that my favourite thing I've seen so far, and I am going to buy it, is a T-shirt, and it says Nirvana, and it's a picture of Hanson.
I've seen that. Because I was looking at t-shirts.
It was on my Facebook pages. It's made my week. It's one of the funniest things I saw that week. I love it. I love shit like that.
Yeah, I've
It's
had
like
some
when
weird
when David Bowie died. The non-Australians in chat won't get this, but when David Bowie died, there was a meme that went around on Facebook, and it had, you know, R.I.P. David Bowie with the year that he was born, the year that he died, but it was a photo of Richard Wilkins.
Oh my God.
That kind of subversive humour gets me in the clacker every time. I love it. But yeah,
Gee.
the Nirvana T-shirt with the picture of Hanson is just the best thing ever. $18, every cent worth it.
Blake's got a t-shirt and it's got I think it says something like, "Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?" And it's got a picture of Justin Timberlake.
It's exactly the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
And when I was chatting earlier about my website that I had that was Traces of Nuts, that was inspired by a T-shirt my ex bought me when we were in Hong Kong, because in Asian countries they love putting English words on T-shirts along with graphics, and it's very common that the graphics and the picture don't match at all, right?
Yeah.
So Stephen bought me this T-shirt, and it had a little row of ducklings, and they were kind of very Sanrio, Hello Kitty style, little like stylized ducks, super cute. And then underneath it said, "May contain traces of nuts."
Oh my God.
So obviously just taken it off some English food product that has that warning on there. That's where I got the name for my website.
Cynthia gets panties for ladyboys.
You did what? Off Wish?
Robbie's algorithms include ant farms, hamster toys, and sexy underwear.
Yeah, well, that's the sexy underwear. This is where it's a bugger, because having to show things. I get sexy underwear too, Robbie, but for men, which is where I worry. I don't know whether they're suggesting I, invest in some nice underpants for my non-existent lover, but I'll show you the last ones that I got. I get lots of different dude ones. It wasn't that long ago. Here we go. I'll just press the button and hopefully it'll... That's a G-string thing for dudes.
Is it made of plastic?
It's just a big pink rubber band, man. Like, oh, this is what Cynthia gets too. Banana hammock. Banana hammock, Cynthia said. But no, Cynthia's in California, but she's a Canadian.
Ah.
It's a pity Shanna Banana's still not here, because she could become Shanna Banana Hammock.
the albino Mexican.
I think albino Mexican's hilarious. But yeah, look at that. And the comments, because I actually took a screenshot and posted it, and the comments on my Facebook friends are fucking hilarious.
It sort
There
of
was-
looks like a diagram of a vagina.
It's just- it's so wrong. My friend Brian, who's married to my oldest friend from here, but they live in Hawaii, he said somehow beach sanded still gets stuck in there. He's a Marine. And then another friend of mine tagged some friend and went, damn, it's up to $5. So it must have been cheaper than $5 for a while.
Oh,
It's unbelievable. I love
Kenya.
it. And then a friend of mine, Cheryl, who liked it on my page, the next thing it's rocked up on her page just from liking a screenshot on my page.
See, I don't go on Facebook much except to do messages.
But we're not actually Facebook friends. Did you know that? Like, we're just Messenger friends.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, Tori. No, no,
Mem!
I'm not.
Oh my God, Mem,
You
she's
can
at
have me.
Coles. I wanted you to come in. She can't. She's at Coles. Oh my God,
Yeah,
how many?
I texted her. I texted her a while ago.
I tried to send her a message too, and then I got distracted. I had to send you, and I doxed you.
Yeah, that's all right.
But I started sending you messages. I am friends with Robbie. When I was sending the link before, I wasn't sure, but we are Facebook friends. But you and I aren't.
Oh,
Mem,
sorry.
don't ram into too many ankles at Coles unless they
Do it,
deserve
Mem.
it.
Run the bitches down.
Run over a kid.
Can you hear this?
She dropped everything. Well, that's what you do. That's how you roll. We see you rolling. We see you dropping.
You're rolling, they hating.
How are you, Mem? I was going to give you a call today too, but you're at Coles.
What'd you
You
run
better
out of rolly papers?
You better not be tally-hos. Stock it up on the tally-hos and the venties. Ali can give you some of hers. She has to concentrate. Fair enough. You do too. We're probably your worst nightmare right now. She's trying to shop at Coles and she's feeling dust and our stupid heads in her face and typing as well.
Yeah,
You
she loves
focus
it.
on shopping. Just say no to those stupid little plastic things.
What little plastic things?
But, it's meant to be don't use single-use plastic bags month and bring your reusable shopping bags. And they've got that stupid promotion again with all the little miniature plastic jars of shit. I
It's
took
so
some people on
stupid.
the media. I went on the social media about that issue. It's funny what I get fired up about, but that one really flips my tit.
Mhm. I did
And
too.
then there's trolleys and little Coles trucks and all sorts of shit.
Okay, we do have a Coles trolley in our house. And Arlo, that thing is light as a feather. Arlo can't walk yet, but he can ram that thing around everywhere and he fucking chases my feet with it. All right?
Yeah,
He runs me down. He thinks
Yeah,
it's great. But he can't walk.
no, but is that one of the metal kitty ones with the little red flag on it, or is it one of the little
No,
tiny
they're
plastic?
plastic. It's a tiny,
These-
it's like this big. But he
Oh,
can,
these
he
are
can
even smaller.
he can stand up, Tori, and lift it and turn it around and start walking again, but he refuses to walk without it. He is
I did
naughty.
that though. I didn't walk for 18 months, and then one day my mum was looking at me and I just stood up and walked, and she's like, you bitch, you've been able to walk for ages. You just didn't let us know.
That's what
'Cause I
he's
was
going to do.
like all the older rallies would come over, they go, come and give grandma a cuddle, and I'd be sitting there going, you want a cuddle, you come to me, bitch. And then at 18 months I just stood up and walked without falling over, and mum was like, you've done that before.
Yeah.
I kept her
Well,
secret,
he
but no, it sounds like I think the trolley you're talking about are ones that some little kids can actually use in the supermarket. You couldn't fit even an Arlo in these ones. They're this big. They're
No,
tiny.
that's what I'm talking about. The ones that are with the promotion, with the shop things. They're selling these little trolley. Oh, you're talking about the tiny little desktop sort of one.
Yeah.
These ones are like that, but they're white and they're literally only about this big and about that wide.
Yeah, right. I
And
haven't seen the white ones.
he comes at me and the face he's like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't you run that over. And he's like,
It's a
It
really
is.
cool being obviously having she got some fags. Oh, bless her, bless you
Yeah.
being there. There's a video from my Child Free Chicks group that it does the rounds online a fair bit, but it's a little shit in a supermarket, and there's a woman standing at the checkout, and her, she's next in line to be served, and there's the mother with this little fucker with one of those little tiny trolleys, and he's just like, and he's got one of those faces. You know how some kids' faces, you're just like, you're a little fucker, right? So he's got one of those faces, and he just starts ramming this chick's ankles, and he's like, in between ramming her, and she pulls out of his little fucking trolley a carton of milk and opens it and pours it over his head. It is fucking glorious. Glorious. I'm going to get you the link.
I'm surprised that's not classed as child abuse these days.
Well, there's a debate that it's actually, I don't know if Cynthia's still in the chat or not, but she'd be familiar with this. But
She said she's seen it, it's gold.
There has been, hey?
She said she's seen it, it's gold.
But unfortunately, there is discussion that it's actually a setup, and but the thing that's really sort of fucked about it is the mother goes off at the woman that was getting rammed, but she doesn't do a thing while the woman's getting rammed. She doesn't tell her son to stop doing it.
I would be totally embarrassed if my kid did that. They would not have been happy when they got home, let's just say.
I'm going to put the link. I'm putting the link in here. I don't know how this works if you play a YouTube video from another video, but anyway, but save that link, pop it in as a different window and look at it later. But yeah, he's a right little turd, that kid. But there is discussion that it was all set up and it was some kind of...
It's been taken down, the video.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, it has too. Scroll down a little bit, though. You can see a picture of little shit.
Yeah.
And the mum just stands there and does, and then they say, was it fair punishment for this woman to pour the milk or the juice or whatever it is? And everyone's like, hell yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what is, I've had lots of sort of side glances with Joshy having the autism. When he was younger, he used to scream a lot in shops and things like that, so I didn't really take him out very often. But there's no way that I wouldn't pull him up for some sort of behaviour like that.
Correct. And I mean, it's interesting too because, all right, I found a link where the video works. Give me 2 seconds. No, we've actually had discussions in the Child Free group about that too, and a lot of our members have got autistic nephews or brothers or sisters or whatever, and they've explained the difficulties going out in public and how, badly their parents have been judged or their siblings have been judged and so on. And that's a very different discussion. But this is a case of, let's see how you go with that second link. This is a case of a kid that's just being a little shit and the parent just does the thing. And of course, being a Child Free group, we all thought that having the milk tipped over his head was well and truly justified.
Hot girl poops her pants in Del Taco. The fuck are you sending me? Huh?
What?
That's what you're sending me.
Was that the first video?
Yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. It's
No, the first...
Yeah, hold on. I'm in the middle of watching a chick poop her pants in Del Taco.
You shouldn't be. The header is guy owns annoying kid in checkout line, but it's actually a woman who does it.
Sorry, I scrolled down too far. Oh, God. What the fucking hell's going on now? For God's sake.
Anywho, have you found it?
Yeah. All right.
Watch that little... Yeah, I would have liked to have poured milk on the mother's head too, Cynthia. Or if there was a meat pie or something, just smell. Oh, hang on, not a meat pie. I'll say for you an apple pie with cream on top, just in her face.
Oh my God. The kid's laughing his head off.
Yeah, he's a little prick.
And then he's like,
Yeah, he pulls his eyes out. And then the mum's all,
butt hurt.
I need to start showing that to people. You know the videos of people where the first time they make people watch Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh, God.
I don't suggest you watch it.
I've
But
seen it.
but there's a whole genre of videos on YouTube of people reacting when they watch it. It's almost worth showing it because of how you reacted to that kid was pretty funny too.
You know what I would have done, though? I would
What?
have probably poured the milk on the mother's head, not the
That's
child.
what Cynthia said. She said, I'd have poured the milk on the mother's head too. Maybe both of them deserved a bit of milk.
Yeah, because the thing is that kids at that age, if they are doing stuff like that, it's not so much their fault. It's how they're raised. You know what I mean? Kids don't just become assholes automatically. Yes, there is some built-in.
Yeah, but you can tell with the chick, or maybe it is a dude. Maybe that's a satchel, not a handbag. I'm now looking at the shoes. Maybe it is a dude. But I thought it was a girl for some reason. But the first time it happens, the kid pushes it right up against the legs, right? And then there's clearly a conversation that goes on with that kid from the person saying, please don't do that. That's hurting me or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the kid does it again and starts laughing. Like it turns for that child knew what it was doing.
Yeah. But the mother's just standing there with her hand on the kid's shoulders, like rubbing it, like, it's all right. Keep being a freaking asshole.
Yeah, I know. The mother's a prime bitch, isn't she?
Yeah. I would have probably smacked her in the face.
Well, yeah. Don't do it, Cynthia says. What, have children or?
Yeah, I tried to put mine up for adoption a little while ago, but apparently they're too old now.
Hey, I started my child-free group over a decade ago. Originally, it was a little group called Child-Free Chicks, and then it was a public group, and then people started saying, if we put stuff in here, can people who aren't in the group see what we're putting in here? And I said, yeah, because it's a public group. Both of them aren't public now. They're both closed, or whatever the word is. They're not secret. They're the other word, closed. But they wanted to be able to have like really lively discussions on, pretty sensitive topics like abortion, for example, without their family members necessarily. So Child-Free Chicks Confidential was born. And they're both, Child-Free Chicks is well over a decade old, and Child-Free Chicks Confidential is pretty close now to being a decade old. I'm 52 years of age. There are still rumours in this group that I started over a decade ago that I'm pregnant and that I have children living here, apparently, even though I have repeatedly gone live on that channel. Not repeatedly, I haven't done it for a while, but I used to go live.
So it's because you're elusive, you're like, people like to make up stories and, think the what ifs or whatever.
Hi, Renee. Renee was here right at the start.
Oh, hey, Renee.
3 fucking hours ago. Renee's like, you're still on.
You made that page
very well. I do know Renee, yes.
No, I said, did you make that page?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, see?
No, Cynthia, you're one of the sensible members, and you've been in the you've been in the group a long time. Yeah, so what happened, Melma, was right when Facebook started allowing people to create groups.
Yep.
I had a conversation with one night, but do you remember the old MSN Messenger days? Were you ever into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I had some great times in MSN Messenger. But anyway, so a friend and I were chatting. Oh, yeah. And we added a couple of other girlfriends who didn't have kids as well. And because we were talking about how we felt like we were being judged all the time and had been judged for most of our lives because we hadn't had kids. And we were. It wasn't bullshit. We were being judged.
It still happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never once asked anyone why they chose to have kids, but I've been asked why I don't have kids. If I had a cent for every time, I would be a millionaire. Yeah. So we were talking about that, right? So And I said, we're in Messenger, and Messenger was becoming like so busy and full on, and it was starting to not be the best platform. It was pretty dodgy, and just, it'd start buffering and all that sort of shit. And I said, look, Facebook's got this feature now that we can create a group. Why don't we create a group? And then we can just, if we're not all able to chat, we can just put messages in there for each other and have a little chit chat and talk about stuff. So it was basically set up for the four of us. And then I invited a couple of other friends of mine who didn't have kids. One was a guy. So in under 10 members, a dude was added to a group called Child Free Chicks, and he had no fucking issue with it. He was like a token chick. And then it just started to grow. I mean, I was doing breakfast radio at the time, so I did talk about it a little bit, but not much. I did get interviewed when the membership got to about 400, but the original 400, were either people that I knew or people who knew people that were already in the group. So it was still a pretty close community. And then it got to 400, and I remember being interviewed, and I said, I can't wait for it. The way we're tracking, I reckon we'll get to 600. And it was the end of the third year of this group, or maybe the third, I think. And I was just like, I just can't wait to get to 600. And then the next thing we're at 1,000, and now we're at 10,000 with Child Free Chicks Confidential, which I've capped at 10, but it moves a bit below 9 and a bit over 9, a bit over 10. But we're keeping it around the 10,000 mark because that's actually the perfect number for a supportive community. Once you start going to the 200,000, it becomes a nightmare. We've only got a handful of mods. And Child Free Chicks has got, I think, nearly 4,000 people, and they're not all from the other group. So, yeah. So I've got this.
That's a valid question. Well, it's not a question, but a valid thought. One of them got pregnant eventually. What happens? Do you get kicked out when you get pregnant?
Yeah, look at Ali saying the shit people, because Ali's from Child Free Chicks as well. Child Free Chicks Confidential too. 2 mods got pregnant, and one of them didn't want to have kids, and in 1 year, she and her husband both each lost a parent, and I think one of them was already one parent down, and they'd been told they couldn't have children, and in the year that they had all these parents dying, she got pregnant, and both of their parents were ministers, like Anglican ministers or something, on each side. So she was very much, it's a miracle kind of person.
Yeah.
And they went on and had their baby. And then this other mod who was so anti-children, like really vocal and quite nasty about it, she got pregnant and was like, oops, sorry, pregnant, gone.
Shit.
There's a couple of members in the group that came into the group who didn't have children, who have had children since being in the group, and we don't have I'm just going to the description so I can read it out to you. It's
you
not
basically get owned by the group.
Who said that? Cynthia? They do. If anyone finds out about it, which is really bad, because I mean, bullying and cyberbullying and harassment's the sort of shit that gets Facebook groups shut down. And some of our members, it's like, well, you didn't start the group. If you don't like it, fuck off. Like, these people have been in the group for 7 years. They've decided, quite a few have had babies and put them up for adoption, I might add. Okay. But if members find out, they get nasty. But the description clearly says, we used to have a parent rule, but we got rid of it. But it says, we do not actively allow parents in the group, but occasionally one slips through the net. If they're here to support and understand the child-free lifestyle, they can stay. But any talk of their kids being amazing or seeking parenting advice, we will remove them. It doesn't say we will remove them, because if we don't, you're going to get hung, drawn and quartered by the members. But that's basically what will happen.
Or stoned by Cynthia.
Correct. Or stoned with them. So, yeah.
She's not the Messiah. She's just a naughty little girl.
And so many people go, man, he fucking had him in here. And it's like, it takes us hours to add people to the group. Honestly, unless someone's got a photo with 37 babies and it's like, you're the best mum in the world, and it's fucking obvious they've got kids, obviously we're not adding them. There are people at the door for a child-free group where the question is, do you have any, or are you planning on having any biological or adopting any children? There are people at the door that go, yeah, I've got a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. It's like, well, you're out of here. But I got yelled at the other day because there was somebody in the group whose opinion is anti-abortion, and there were people on the thread going off because it's quite a liberal group, like it's very left-wing sort of. We're all pretty much in a similar mindset, so there's not a lot of Trump supporters, put it that way,
You know,
right?
I'm going to say something quickly. I never understood when people say something's liberal or left wing. I don't understand any of that stuff.
No, I'm using liberal as in liberal thinking, so not conservative.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand politics at all.
Yeah, no, well, I didn't mean liberal as in the Liberal Party. I meant liberal thinking.
Right.
And
Okay.
leaning left, which we can leave that out because that is politics. But
Yeah, I don't get any of that shit.
put it this way: if someone goes into the group and says Trump's the best thing since sliced bread, they're going to get stoned to death as well. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's not. But that being said, people who voted for Trump are allowed in the group, and people who don't like abortions are as well. But
Yeah.
for the most part, our group's very much pro-choice.
Yeah.
So being a bit verbal about a pro-life thing, do so at your own peril. The problem is from my perspective, I would like discussion. I'd like lively debate. I would like the pro-lifers and the pro-choice people to have a really good conversation. It doesn't happen that way. What happens is
Yeah. I know.
one person gets completely bloody ripped to shreds, and then the cyberbullying starts, and that's where we can get shut down. But in the midst of all of that shit going on, there are members screaming, "Who let this person in?" And it's like, firstly, they've got a fucking opinion. They're allowed to have that just because you don't like it. But secondly, not many people's Facebook profiles have a banner that lists all of their beliefs and all of their views. And even if it did, I'm not going to sit there and go, that person may not do very well in this group and boot them out. If they qualify, they come in. I want diversity. I don't want an echo chamber. So yeah, it's an interesting community. It can get pretty feisty, but the best thing about it,
Mem. Fucking hell.
well, you had a solution at your fingertips if you needed it, ma'am. Of course you did.
Did you hear what she
nothing
said
in your life that isn't funny. Not one thing about
Did you
you.
hear what she said
Fucking
about?
hilarious.
Did you hear what she said her previous job was in my life?
Yes. Yeah, she's got the great voice for it.
Erin came onto my live last night. That's right. Erin came on for a little while. Erin the F.
Yeah, I don't
The
know
Erin.
Erin. I don't know Erin.
She's freaking funny.
Still, I need to check her out. I'm in a short movie that was. Do you remember Tropfest?
Yeah.
That sort of quirky short film festival. I'm in a Tropfest video called Lovely Lola, and I was a saxophone operator in the movie. I was Lovely Lola, and she's on the phone, doing the whole suck me, I'm licking your cock thing, but she's doing the ironing. It's fucking hilarious. I've still got it, but it's on a VCR, so I can't really. I've got to take it into a shop and get it put onto a DVD or something. Lovely Lola.
I'm gonna write that down.
An entry for Tropfest. Yeah, I wonder if it comes up. It didn't even make the final. It wasn't great. I was really bad in it, I think, from memory. But oh my God, look at the images for Lovely Lola. There's a shitload of sex dolls.
Oh God.
I've got it here though. I've got it. It's in my spare bedroom in the built-ins. I'll dig it out and I'll get it chucked on a DVD and upload it to my YouTube channel.
It's really cheap to buy those machines now that do that. I've got a couple of videos that I want. I've got Blake's ultrasound where they said he had a fetal fat layer at like 26 weeks, which was unheard of. I think he just had a fat head. He had cheeks like a chipmunk. And then I've got Taylor's first birthday, and my mum's like, I think she needs a bib. And I said, can't we just cut a hole in a garbage bag and put it over her head? Mum's like, no, Melissa. And she's in one of those walker things, and she's got cake, and it's like stuck here. And she's like, trying to get it. Freaking idiot. Oh.
People go live for 6 hours straight and they don't go to the loo because I'm busting.
Yeah, let's go because I've got to go do my nails anyway.
Yeah, and it's getting cold here. I need to close my door and start thinking about putting heating and shit on. Any questions in the chat?
Yes, please. Please ask some questions.
Just what's that? Playing favourites. What did I say about playing favourites?
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
with I don't know. Where's that written? Oh, playing favourites.
I think she was just because I said I wouldn't fire Cynthia out of the band canon. We've got you should see some of the gifs in the memes, sorry, in Child Free Chicks are fucking hilarious. So these sort of 60s and 70s retro photos, and we've turned them into memes.
Yeah.
And when we kick people out of the group, one of them is this dude being shot out of the cannon and it just says, "Fly free, motherfucker."
Oh my god.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
that's funny.
Got them for everything, for like birthdays and rule breaks and all sorts of stuff. But the ones where they get smoked, I called it smoting years ago. It was
Yeah.
like, I've got to smote this fucker out of the group. And so now there's even ones that just have like, this sort of space age 60s movie chick firing a gamma ray or something, and it just goes smoot. Like it just. And then we've got obviously like a little mod group, and someone will go in there and go, "Attention mods, rule break, whatever," and then we vote. We actually vote whether we kick people out. We don't like doing it. We're very diplomatic. And we like it. The rules are like something from the 50s, because I just said, I don't care what goes on. We're not moderating topics or discussions, but they've got to behave like they're at a cocktail party. So no abusing it. You can argue a point and be as passionate as you want, but just don't call the other member cunt or whatever. So there's all these sort of mind your manners with, these ladies in the 60s are having tea parties and like that. So I kind of use pretty old-fashioned rules, but I think it's worked, and people that come into the group that are new that start stalking members' pages and commenting on threads, "Oh, well, you look like a fat pig anyway," we kick them out straight away.
Yeah.
Because I can't be bothered. And all the fighting that happens online, the one thing I love about our group is we get rid of the people that are just going in to argue for the hell of it, the people that can't be polite, the people that are cyber stalking, the people that say, "Here, check out this link, come over and back me up. I'm having a fight online, come and see how cool I am." And they all go trotting over there. That sort of shit, we're like, fuck off, don't need you.
Yeah, exactly.
In the mod pit, when we vote and it's voted that we've got to kick the member out, whoever does it comes back in and they just write, "It is Smith."
Oh God, I might go and
it's like a Monty Python mod pit. It's hilarious.
I might go drop my kids off at a fire station or something and come and join.
Well, as long as you can't be identified as having kids, because they fucking creep people's pages, and the next thing they're like, "There's a mother in here," and it's like,
There's a mother in here.
2004. You've been a member since February. You're going. She's never once mentioned her children. I've got a few friends who are in the group who didn't want to have kids, and they actually belong to a group called "I Regret Having Kids," and it's a genuine thing. Like, it's not that they don't love their children and they're not going to get them to adulthood and see them out the door, sort of thing, but they regret it. It didn't turn out to be a joyride for them at all. And they've never once mentioned the fact that they've got kids in that group, because even though they had children, in their heads they still identify as child-free because it's not something they ever wanted. Like, they either appeased their partner, or they did it when they were young, or it was a oopsie and they decided to have the baby because they thought of an abortion at the time. And people have to remember, like, I'm 52. The friends of mine that have ended up with kids who didn't necessarily want them, it was fucking hard to get an abortion as an 18-year-old in the 80s and 90s, and people don't remember that shit. So they're in the group.
Very interesting topic. Very interesting.
So I'm going to start doing a lot of stuff about it on YouTube, whether I do a separate channel specifically for child free or it's just one of the many things we discuss. But my friends with kids, even like with you, they're open to hearing this conversation because it's not really something up until recently that was that public. It was quite taboo.
Oh, look, I think as long as people are happy in their lives, then I don't care what decisions they make. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, sometimes we'll have a member who'll start a thread saying, It's the end of the world as we know it. A friend of mine's about to have a baby. And I admit I lost a few friends along the way when they had kids because they were with kids. They were busy and that's it. And they didn't make the time to stay in touch, even though I tried to. So you do lose some friends along the way, right? But she looks like a nutter laughing still in public.
Oh my God.
She's going to call me. Yes, darling, do call me from the wine bar by the beach. Holy shit. Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Please, that will be a great chat.
Yeah.
I'll have a
Record
wine
that.
bar set up here. I'll have a wine bar by the beach at this end too.
You've been going for 3 hours.
I know, and I'm busting to do a wee.
Right.
Thank you for those of you. Oh, Keza, you're gorgeous. Doxing fuckers, says Cynthia after I doxed Mel again by accident.
Eh.
There was no malicious intent, but the ones in Child Free Chicks, there is sometimes. They're
Yeah, I
not
know. Look, I've got nothing. I'm not that interesting to hunt down, all right?
Do you know what's really cool though? I mean, it's weird that we've gone live for 3 hours, but I really love this platform. But what is cool is you can actually go for live for 3 hours without bitching about people. No, you're not aiming at you. That email mail saying that's your
I'm
style.
I'm trying to think of someone I can be bothered bitching about. No, I
Well,
can't
no,
be bothered.
No, but my point is, the
I know what
longest
your point is.
YouTube videos are from the drama community, which I still call the bitching community because it's not drama. If I was a producer of Downton Abbey, I would be absolutely appalled that there are people on YouTube who think their community is drama. It fucking isn't. Start doing Downton Abbey shit and then you can call yourselves a drama community. But but isn't it interesting? We've covered so many fantastic topics. We've had Shanna Banana and Save Robbie. Thanks, guys, for joining us earlier. It's been great. We had a tour of Denver. Shanna had some great questions.
Yes, she did. I came in late, but still, it's been great.
It has been really good.
My poetry is on point today, Tori.
Oh, fuck, I owe you a poem.
Oh, that's right.
That
You
poem
don't
was
have to.
perfect. I needed that so much when I got it. Your life is nuts.
I'm really not
All
good
of
at
our lives are nuts, Memmy. All of our lives are nuts.
Yeah,
Catholic.
but yours is really nuts, Mem. I'm just going to say it. It's true.
But more so too, the Catholic guilt getting to her while working at the abortion clinic. So she had her son.
Yeah.
I grew up Catholic. I renounced Catholicism at the age of 12. It was the most intense conversation I'd had in my life. It was my grandmother and a priest and me for a couple of hours. And finally the priest said, nope, she's convinced me you can renounce at 12 years of age.
Jeez.
But the Catholic guilt never goes away. But we used to sit in church, right? And they'd be going, we are not worthy. And I'd be sitting there going, I don't think this is good for anyone. And then
Excuse me.
friends of mine now who say, you put yourself down all the time. It's like, I started off my life as a fucking Catholic. Like we were not worthy. I had it ingrained in my brain I wasn't worthy. So is it a surprise I've got low self-esteem? You are not worthy. And now you look at the little millennial upstarts who've had parents telling them that they can do anything they want, be anything they want. They're amazing.
I tell Joshy that all the time.
You're not meant to because he's not a fucking millennial. We've learned from the millennials. You're meant to like a few truth bombs doesn't hurt.
Oh no, we call him a weirdo. It's all right.
Good. Well, at least you've got that covered. You call him a weirdo, so that's awesome. He went on a high horse or a high.
Well, he says he gets it from me, so
yeah, he's got the best attitude. That kid, he's fucking smart, switched on.
He's very sassy.
He's very sassy.
He is me all over. Oh God.
Well, it's been a joy. Oh look, see, Mem said the same thing. Catholic guilt never leaves you.
Yeah, I wouldn't
At
know.
least
I've never been anything.
She can completely out Catholic me too because her name's fucking Madonna. So she wins on that one.
I went to a church once and they said, what religion are you, dear? And I said, I'm nothing. And the priest says, you're not nothing. And I said, no, I really am. My mum said I could decide myself. Like I'm nothing. I don't even know what my options are.
You're lucky it wasn't one of those progressive born-again Christian churches. They would have whisked you in and baptized you, and you would have been speaking in tongues within 5 minutes.
Probably. Maybe it did happen.
You got off lightly, kiddo. Right.
Right.
I need my outfit. It's getting cold. We can all be nutters together, Keza Kettle. Absolutely.
Hi.
Whenever I see Keza Kettle, I want kettle chips. Do you, Melmo?
Nope.
Oh, you will now. And
I
on that
don't
note,
like kettle chips.
thanks. So we end the broadcast. I found the button. That's awesome. So
I'm
thanks,
removing
Melmo.
myself.
Thanks, Dave, Robbie. Thanks, Shanna Banana. And she's already fucked off. I can see her. I can still see her. I'm not going to boot her out. She's giving me the finger. She's flipping me the bird. Stay groovy, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm actually going to start working on content next. So talk to you soon. And you're always all welcome to come up too. So, yeah, be good, everyone. Stay groovy. Talk soon.